Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2018 PIAA District 3 M&T Bank Championship Football Championships. You are about a half hour from kickoff in the Class 2A semifinals. Today it's the Upper Dauphin Trojans against the Delone Catholic Squires here at JT Flaherty Field in McSherrystown. I'm Eric Lawrence coming at you on DCBN with Tony Weaver and Bill's side of things. A little weird here today, Tony. We're talking about this off the air, and not a whole lot of people can remember the last time we played matinee football at JT Flaherty Field.
Yeah, it's been a while since Delone played here in the afternoons. Back in when they were fixing this field up, the undefeated 68 team, who we celebrated the other night here at a football game, they played all their games on Saturday afternoon, but it hasn't been that way for a while.
No, I don't ever remember there being a day game. I said to Bill when we got up here today, normally when we're here in the daylight, it's 212 degrees in the booth because it's the third Saturday of August for the scrimmage. But obviously, the right decision by management here to postpone this thing from last night is talked to one of the neighbors across the street, one of our rain gauge people. He said he had 2 inches in the gauge when he woke up this morning. It was just better weather for building an arc last night than playing football.
Yeah, and Eric, maybe you ought to explain to the people why we're only doing audio today. There's going to be no video of the game today, and I'll pass it here to Eric.
Yeah, the PIAA or the District 3 worked on a policy that apparently was in the works but wasn't finalized until Monday. We were obviously talking up the idea of the last Friday night until Monday that the district has suspended, at least temporarily, all video streaming live broadcasts of all district sport playoffs. So we're still bringing it to you in 4 years. It's the first since 2012. And, this is a team that's accomplished a lot, and we want to be with them through this run. So we're here today. We're pretending we're probably not what we know, the late rescheduling, but
well, it's really going to hurt the Delone fans because Delone girls, we ought to bring that up too.
Yes.
They're playing for the District 3 AA volleyball championship today at Central. Delone Catholic had nothing to do with all that out.
Yeah, I mean, and it's such a small window from the end of the regular season to when the state championships are played. They've got to get them. Plus, we're 2 weeks away from the start of the Squires football team here, and for the first time ever in football. The 2-seed Squires against the 3-seed Upper Dauphin Trojans. And as Tony already mentioned, the volleyball team, I know
out of like 200 runners.
That, a lot of people would like to have an accomplishment like that on their resume. And
yeah.
As far as I know, she'll be back next year. I forget what class she's in, but I don't think she's a senior. So that we should point out a first in the history of Delone Catholic. Yesterday, the most accomplished tennis player in the history of Delone Catholic, qualified for the state playoffs in girls tennis, first player ever to do that and season on the 10. A very, very busy athletics weekend here for the Squires and Squirettes, and we're excited to be here and frankly not drowning.
Yeah, and
everywhere important. I think last night was worse.
And the field's a little slick, but it's a lot better than it would have been last night. York Catholic played Steel High last night in the other semifinal game in the AA bracket here for District 3. They defeated what was, you can't call it anything more than a slop bowl. I mean, if you saw any of the pitch, they played. It shocked me. I thought that now if you had turf, it might have been okay to play, but playing on that field down there at York Catholic last night was something. So if Delone can beat Upper Dauphin today,
what goes on here at JT Flaherty? Upper Dauphin comes in as a co-champion of the Tri-Valley Athletic Association with a 9-1 record, same record the Squires have, and literally, these two teams were at Upper Dauphin, and Elizabeth's teams were matched up in the regular season. Same record. And it seems like very similar styles, very similar results this year. And so it'll be kind of
the district playoffs, like Eric said, for the first Upper Dauphin, like a mirror image of us. They run the wing tee, but they run it out of the pistol set, which means the quarterback's going to be taking a direct shotgun snap every. This is only in his second year. They used to be a wide open, spread out team, but they went back to more game for like maybe 500 yards. But their running game, Jake Ramberger, number 24, is one of the wing backs. He has over 1,000 yards. The quarterback's the second leading rusher, so back, and he likes to run out of. They got 3 guys that can run the ball. Delone has that. We've been talking about it all year, the triple threat with Hernandez, Brown, and Monto. And we can he always comes out with something. He said something for this game, so we're gonna have to wait and see what it is.
Yeah, I mean, and your point is well taken. I mean, we know that Evan Brady has a skill set that he hasn't necessarily had to use. I mean, even up until later in the season, he really didn't have to throw the ball until halfway through the season. And now he's coming into this thing with 16 touchdowns and 7 interceptions this year and 947 yards passing. So he has a shot to go over 1,000 yards passing for the second year in a row. And another milestone watch, Logan Brown coming into this thing with 957 yards to become the Squire's latest 1,000-yard rusher. So a lot of personal things on the line, but from a program standpoint, 4 teams instead. It's in the playoffs at 8-2, but finished on a really high note last year with 3 wins in a row and shut out Hanover out there, and then came in out 8-0, finished 9-1 in the regular season to make it back to the playoffs for the first time in 4 years, and for the first time with Corey Zortman as the head coach at Delone Catholic.
Yeah, and both of these teams lost. Like Delone lost to York PIAA. For Dauphin, the Trojans lost to Halifax 41-28 about the game of the year, and Halifax then it's Williams Valley here late in the year, and Halifax actually won the District A championship last night by beating Fairfield 37-6 at Camp Hill. So that they go right into the states from there, and Delone, if they would be fortunate enough to win we already said.
Yeah, and the other thing, I mean, we'll have less games of local interest to keep an eye on. The only other game, with a Hanover area or YAI AA 3 team involved today, the AAA quarterfinals, Littlestown is at this after. Games were played last night, as obviously you mentioned, we'll allude to a lot. York Catholic with a 21-0 win over Steelton High Spire last night. And then Gettysburg with their first first division championship at all since coming into the league. They had a seed in so they will play next week. And then in AAA, Bermudian Springs came back from, I think it was a 7-0 halftime deficit to win that game 14-7 and move on to the semifinals in 3A.
Yeah, the Danville Cleona team, and like you said, they were down most of the game and had 2 drives at the end to pull it out.
Yeah, to do it. So Bermudian Springs still alive, and the Squire still alive. Littlestown still alive. Obviously, Delone Catholic and Littlestown playing for the first time in the districts today. I guess Wyomissing must not have lights because that one was always.
Wyomissing doesn't have lights. It games all the time. Now they were thinking about playing that game at Albright College tonight under the lights, but apparently they thought better of that in their
yesterday, and it was before the rain. So I don't know how valid that. Evaluation because that game also kicks at 1:30. But yeah, I mean the Squire's coming into this game now. Again, as we mentioned, for the first time in the playoffs in 4 years, and for the first time in a playoff since 2012. The last time the Squires won a district championship, the 8th in program history. They played the semifinals here the week before against Columbia and got the win before going up to Hershey Park Stadium against Steelton High Spire. But the Squires coming in here with a program overall record of 23-12 in district play and 8 championships. And Upper Dauphin a little less common a qualifier for the district playoffs, but have really made some improvements since their new coach got here in his second year. They improved over last year, and now they're in.
The Tri-Valley League is a combination of some of the northernmost District 3 teams and the southernmost District 4 teams. Line Mountain out of District 4 plays, Williams Valley out of District 4. So they play a lot of out-of-district games. And for the last couple of years, Halifax and Newport actually have been the kings up there. Newport's been in the district playoffs the last couple of years, and now Newport fell on hard times this year and only had 2 wins. So it was time for Halifax to rise up. It did. And Upper Dauphin rise up, and they did. And Halifax, they've been down too. So 2 newcomers actually in that conference up there have taken the title.
Yeah, Halifax actually. I read last night as the games were going on, Halifax won its first last night. So congratulations to them. And Upper Dauphin coming into this with a much more limited district playoff history than Delone Catholic. They are 1-6 overall. They made I guess it was the first district playoff tournament in 1982, and they've actually played York Catholic 3 times, including in that game. They made it again in 2004, in 2007, and in 2008, and finally got their first win in the semifinals against York Catholic in 2009 before falling to conference rival Millersburg 15-12 in the championship game. And then the last time the Trojans have been in the District 3 playoffs was 2013 when they lost 35-14 to York Catholic. So this is a team that's trying to write its own chapter in a less populated book of District 3 playoff experience, but certainly have come out and put together quite a season this year. And it's going to be really interesting to see where things go today. And, you said you kind of expect to get a pretty good feel for this game out of the gate.
I think I will. I think I'll get a good feel early because I saw a little bit of Upper Dauphin on film. I read all the great reporting that you do, getting their stats and everything, and it just seems to me that they can score with anybody. Their defense has given up a lot of points, though, and Delone Catholic can score with anybody. But since using Andrew Shipley, since losing him, and he won't play today, since losing him, their defense hasn't been as, let's say, sound as it was the first 8 games of the year.
Yeah, they've had 2 weeks now to kind of plan around that, so maybe that'll make a difference. But the Squires getting ready behind the team banner and getting ready to take the field here, and we'll remind you that you are not missing your picture today. It's a new District 3 policy this year that they're all playoffs in all sports. There is no live video streaming of these events, so we are working with what we've got coming at you with an audio only broadcast. But the Squires out on the field now, going to do some stretching, and Upper Dauphin coming out of the school end locker room, and we're getting ready. We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff.
And I'd like to thank the anonymous donor who I know is listening.
Yes.
That was going to give us the money to put on the video, and just want to thank you. You know who you are, and hope you enjoy the broadcast.
And we'll do the best to paint the picture that we can for you. And both teams out here on the field now, and a lot more striped shirts at this level than we're used to, because the volunteers that we normally have are replaced by game officials wearing game official uniforms for the chains and everything. Should remind everybody that this is actually, it's not a Delone Catholic game. It's a District 3 game hosted at Delone Catholic. So they have some different policies and procedures at this level, and so they are bringing the officials on the chain crews, and
there's 7 officials. There'll be 7 officials, the 5 usual, and then they'll have 2 in each sideline down, sort of like a pro game, although pro has 8 now, but there's 7 officials out there today.
It'll soon be, if they keep it up, it'll be 3 teams of 11 out there. But yeah, we're getting close, and everybody band not performing on the field today. I guess part of that is because of but I think they are, if I'm not mistaken,
they have a competition
tonight at New Oxford. If you're free this evening, head up there to New Oxford. See this show. They've been getting better and better and better from when they started band camp this summer. And like everybody else, they got rained on and spent most of band camp indoors. But their show's gotten better. Their scores have gotten better, and this is their last competition before the championships, which I believe are next weekend at Hershey Park Stadium. So check out the Delone Catholic website, DeloneCatholic.org, for details on that. And hopefully that won't be running at the same time as a potential District 3 championship football game. And it's got kind of like this week, as we already mentioned, the Squirettes volleyball team taking on York Catholic for the District 3 AA championship at 3:00 this afternoon at Central York High School. So a lot of activity involving the black and gold today. And we will try our best to keep them up once they have the opening serve at 3 o'clock as well. And we'll keep an eye out for the Littlestown Wyomissing game as well, because that
kicking off the same time we are.
Yeah, so
I think district rule 1:30. I mean,
yeah,
it's just that
I don't know the answer to that.
I'm sure. Well, I know a couple people tried to get this game moved up to 11, and the district volleyball game moved back, but the district would have none of it. So
Yeah. Well, and the other
and I can't follow their schedule also.
well, and the other problem is this is this morning was SAT day, and that is a nationwide day. These tests are only given on certain dates, and you know, they were trying to work around that too. So I know it's you know, it's a all the way around. And we talked last Friday night how lucky we were that the weather didn't get the best of us until the second half last week, but then it definitely got us last night. But now we're getting ready here for playing of the national anthem, so we will go to the Delone Catholic marching band for that.
Everyone, please stand as we gentlemen introduce the singing of our national anthem by Mrs. Emma Roeder.
There is the national anthem by the Delone Catholic High School marching band and senior Emma Roeder. And
I don't think we're getting no alma mater today.
No, and that's what comes in with this being a district game. It's not a Delone Catholic home game, so no alma mater today. We'll be getting ready for the coin toss reenactment here and find out how we're going to get this started. But we talked about the varied district playoff history of these two programs, but neither of these schools have been to the playoffs in the last 4 to 5 years. So nobody on either of these rosters has experience at this level. So what do you do as a coaching staff to prepare the inexperienced?
You try to keep it as normal as you had for the first 10 weeks of the season, because, you know, you can look at film and say, wow, they're pretty good, but they get, just like you said, they're going to have the jitters coming in here. And the more I look at this field here, the more I look at what's going on. It looks like Upper Dauphin run the toss and defer into the second half, so Delone will be receiving, going from down towards the Moose from east to west. And I think you just got to keep it as normal as you can and try to come out and establish what you do best.
So playing a Saturday game at JT Flaherty Field's going to help that.
Exactly. It's not the same for Delone, and certainly not the same for Upper Dauphin, who plays all night games up there in the Tri-Valley Conference.
Right. But, you know, all that said, I mean, the conditions were terrible. And let's not forget the travel conditions were not the best either. I mean,
if you look at all the games that were played last night, the travel that Upper Dauphin had to do to come down here was by far the first, you know, an hour and 50 minutes, 2-hour drive on a Friday evening. Probably even you can add to that.
Well, yeah, so, and coming down the river through Harrisburg, you know,
and there's no other way.
No. So, yeah, I mean, there was no question yesterday afternoon that this was the right decision. But looking at it today, we've got much better conditions. I mean, it's two good football teams that are going to decide this playing football in the best conditions that were possible this weekend.
And like you said, the crowd's not as big as it would have been last night, but it's still a pretty respectable crowd here.
Yeah, it sure is.
And we'll try to do this more like a radio broadcast.
Yeah.
We'll probably be talking more, so to bring to, because we know, you know, we're not allowed video, so We'll try to, it's a very sunny day right now, some gray clouds in the sky.
Upper Dauphin to kick it off. Grant Stoner is the kicker. Deep for the Squires, Colin Gebhardt and Logan Brown. And we are ready to get underway. PIAA District 3 M&T Bank Football Championships AA semifinal. Left-footed kicker, end-over-end kick, hits at the 10, goes into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Squires will start 1st and 10 from their 20 here in the district semifinal.
And I think what happened there is the first thing we saw, the sun sort of blocked Brown's eyes, and he didn't really want to take a chance of picking that ball up. It hit about the 8-yard line and rolled into the end zone.
Yeah, that's a good point because by this time of the season, it would have been dark before kickoff last night.
Squires come out in their wing T formation.
Evan Brady up under center, and he is going to pull it down, roll to his right, and it looks like a designed run. He's got the outside, and he goes out of bounds about the 30-yard line. It'll be first down for the Squires on the first play from scrimmage.
So they take a page out of Upper Dauphin's book and let the quarterback run, and got 11 yards and a first down for Brady. Looks like a 4-4 defense here by Upper Dauphin. I'll try to get a better read on that this time, but it looked like 4 down linemen, 4 linebackers, and 3 guys in the secondary. They're all up within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage.
And give right up to Monto, straight up the middle for a yard or 2. And the only guy that was outside the box there was Marcello Malvone, who was almost on the sideline on the bench there.
Yeah, now Coach Zortman told me that before the game at Upper Dauphin will bring all 11 guys up to the line of scrimmage within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage.
So the Squires coming out. The sun is out here, and it's high clouds today. And the give this time is to Logan Brown. He's around the left end. He's got a yard, maybe 2. Brought down out there by several white jerseys. Bring up 3rd down and about 5 for the Squires.
And I think that time Logan might have been better off staying outside. He tried to cut it back up, and it just wasn't there, and he got like 3 yards in the carry.
Yeah, that's kind of been his standard go-to is get out there and then cut it back up underneath.
Sure, he's been making hay with that, but it wasn't there this time.
So 3rd down and 5, 10:50 to go in the first quarter here in the District 3 semifinals. Brady fakes, rolls, throws, complete. Tyler Monto into Upper Dauphin territory. And it's another first down for the Squires, and I almost said York Suburban because it's black and orange and white, and they're the Trojans.
If people not watching it, figure York Suburban or Hanover uniforms. That's what they look like out there.
It's kind of weird. I was thinking about this morning. It's kind of like ancient Greece out here. The Trojans have been in here twice this year. We had the Spartans, and I'm sure there have been people named Helen in the stands this year too. Squires, 1st down and 10. The give is to Joe Hernandez. He is into the linebacker level, and he's got about 5 down across the 45 to about the 44, 2nd down.
That last pass play to Monto when they were in the power I formation, and he stuck it in Brown's gut, pulled it out, and hit Monto right over the middle.
And it was a nice high throw, and the only guy that was going to catch that was Monto, and he had some room to run, came down and got into the across midfield. So now Brady, under center, gives to Monto, cuts back against the grain. He's got some green grass in front of him. There he goes. Tyler Monto. Touchdown, Squires.
Touchdown, Squires.
44 yards.
Great blocking at the initial line of scrimmage there by the center and the guard and tackle on the left side. Monto went through there almost untouched, Eric.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like Upper Dauphin was expecting that to go the way the initial motion was going, and then he just cut it back, and there was nobody on the backside. Tony Espinoza to attempt the extra point, and Kevin Mowry will be the holder. Nick Groft to snap it. And the Squires with a big drive early on the opening drive of this game. He gets a 44-yard touchdown run from Tyler Monto. It's a good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. 9:47 to go in the first quarter. Delone Catholic 7, Upper Dauphin nothing.
Big boost there for Coach Zortman getting the first score like that.
Yeah, it's certainly the way you would want it if
he played that pass to Monto.
Yeah. I have no idea which way he might have wanted to go had they won the toss, but they made the best out of Upper Dauphin winning the toss and deferring, got the ball, and
Well, what wind's blowing is blowing against the Squires here. So if he'd have won the toss, he probably would have kicked off, but he would have kicked off the other way. 'Cause I don't think even Espinosa's foot's not going to cut through this wind into the end zone today.
So Espinosa is teeing it up for the Squires. Deep for Upper Dauphin are number 5, Zach Rupp, and number 24, Jake Ramberger. They are down at the Moose end of the field, coming back toward the school. Sun coming in and out of the clouds, but a nice day here after the weather we had yesterday. It's a high end-over-end kick. Still going to get down inside the 10, fielded by Rupp. Inside the 10, he had some room to run, and he's going to get out to about the 30, where Upper Dauphin will start its first possession, trailing 7-0 here in the first quarter. 9:41 to go in the PIAA District 3 M&T Football Championships AA semifinal here at JT Flaherty Field in McSherrystown. 2 9 teams going after it today. Upper Dauphin looking for its second district win. The Squires looking for their 24th in the history of the program. The give is going to be to Donnie Gelnett, the fullback. He is up the middle to about the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, second down and 6.
Upper Dauphin likes an up-tempo game. They won't stay much time in the huddle. They come out, and Zach Rupp always leaves the huddle first.
Macklin Ayers, the junior quarterback with a ton of rushing yards this year. He's going to he's going to keep it himself. He pulled it out of Gelnett, and he's out for the first down. It's a good fake by Macklin Ayers.
And that's what he does. He's the second leading rusher in this team.
He's a big guy, 6'2", 190.
He will keep the ball a lot. He likes to run the ball 130 times. He ran the ball more than anybody else in the team. And just like Coach Zortman told me, that's the play he runs. He'll put it in the fullback's gut and keep it.
And this time it's going to be Jake Ramberger, brought down in the backfield by Gabe Hernandez. Their 1,000-yard rusher gets his first attempt, and he's going to lose 3 or 4. Going to bring up second down and 14
Tried
for the
to jet
Trojans.
sweep there, and Ramberger couldn't get away from our tackler.
Yeah, Gabe Hernandez was in there
Great
and
play.
right in his back pocket. This time to give to Ramberger again. Tries to bounce it outside, nowhere to go. Good job by the Squires defense. Logan Brown getting up off the pile, and Joe Hernandez. So he's got maybe a yard gain on that, bringing up third down and 13 for Upper Dauphin.
Upper Dauphin's offense being called in by their coach in the sideline to Ayers, who just takes it off his wristband.
This time sends Ramberger in motion. And it's a draw. And he's got nowhere to go. There's 3 black jerseys there, and he's going to lose 3 or 4 more, bringing up a punting situation for Upper Dauphin.
The old wraparound draw, and it didn't go anywhere that time. The Squires were ready for that. And after in this first down, Upper Dauphin loses 7 yards in our second try here, and they're going to have to punt this ball away.
Gelnett, the punter, and he is kicking to Hernandez and Brown, who are about their own 34-yard line. High floating snap. Gelnett gets it away. Nice punt. That's a deep punt. Floating back. Brown's going to let it hit at the 20, and it's going to roll dead at the 3-yard line. A great punt by Donnie Gelnett, and the Squires are going to have a long way to go here. First down and 10 from their own 3-yard line.
He punted with a very strong wind behind his back. He one of them, I guess you call it Australian rules kick. He runs out a little bit to the right and booted the ball down there, and there was no chance that any Squire was going to catch that.
No, not where they were starting that play. I mean, he pushed him back about 15 yards from where he was initially lined up, and then a great roll gets it inside the 5-yard line. So 7:12 to go here in the first quarter. Delone Catholic up 7-0 with the ball back inside their own 5 at the 3-yard line. Brady under center, and the give is right up the middle. Monto spins out of a tackle, and he is out to about the 8-yard line, a gain of 5 on the play.
Good job. Gives Delone a little breathing room here.
Monto was the
I know Coach Zortman would like to get up 2 scores here and have a nice long drive to just keep the ball away from this potent Upper Dauphin offense.
Big run for Monto on the last drive was the 44-yard touchdown run. A pitch to the outside on the right to Joe Hernandez, and he is cut down, has his feet cut out from under him by Ramberger, but he's going to gain 2 to the 10, bringing up 3rd down and 3. So odd to be here in the daylight, but it's still a good atmosphere for a playoff football game. And, you know, it was almost like summer yesterday, upper 60s, low 70s and humid, and it's real football weather today. Brady under center, and he keeps it, rolls out to his left and pulls it down. He is stopped by Ramberger, and number 62 is Dane Zimmerman. He was also in there, brings up 4th down and 2 from the 11, and the Squires will punt.
Little hesitation there by Brady that time. He should have just tucked that and ran to the sticks, and he waited a little too long, and the Upper Dauphin recovered. We're going to have to punt the ball away here.
Gabe Lee, the punter, and Ramberger is at the Squires 42, waiting to return this. Good snap, and had a little bit of pressure there. The ball is down at the 42-yard line by Tate Niederer, and it looked like the guy who was in rushing the punt tried to slow down and skidded, and a little bit of contact there. But
I don't think that's a flag laying there, so I don't.
No, but it was just one of those that field conditions being what they are, he obviously tried to pull up, but skidded a little bit.
Upper Dauphin gained maybe 20 yards on that exchange of punts. They're in Squire territory here at the 41-yard line.
So it is 7-0 Squires with 5:26 to go in the first quarter over Upper Dauphin in the District 3 AA semifinals. And it's going to be all kinds of misdirection. The give is to number 20, Mason Wiest, and he is going nowhere. He's going to lose a yard or two. Tyler Monto, and there's that guy again. We've called his name a lot on both sides of the ball already today.
Look for Upper Dauphin trying to get the edge here, and then look for him to start running Gannett a little bit more up the middle.
Yeah, as the Squires
now they're going to 2 wide outs.
Outside defenders have done a good job, and this time it's going to be the quarterback. Ayers keeps it, fake the give to Ramberger. He tries to go up and over, and he's upended by Logan Brown short of the 1st down.
Good yardage, Joe. It's going to be 3rd down and 2, and that seems to be the play. The quarterback keeping the ball.
It seems all kinds of not illegal motion, but motion in this Upper Dauphin offense. Guys, motion.
Well, if you notice, both their wideouts were up in the line of scrimmage. So
3rd down and short now for Upper Dauphin. This time a packed formation, and the quarterback Ayers keeps it. He's got the right end, and there's a flag down. Evan Brady with the stop.
Flag in the backfield
15.
here, isn't it? Or
yeah, it's back here. The flag is at the 40. Or I'm sorry, the 37-yard line.
Might be a hold or an illegal shift, maybe. It looks like it's going to be against. It's going to be against Upper Dauphin.
Yeah, Upper Dauphin is coming back. Officials having a conversation.
Well, see what's going on here is both their wideouts are up in the line of scrimmage, so they're allowed to have 4 guys in the backfield over here, and that's.
So they're having.
They're probably going to pick this flag up if that was the call.
So that is what they're going to do. They're going to waive off the penalty. Discussed with the head linesman and the line judge, making sure that the formation was legal, and it was. So it brings up 1st down and 10 for Upper Dauphin from the Delone Catholic 16-yard line. 4 minutes to go. The clock running in the first quarter. 7-0 Squires, but Upper Dauphin driving. Ayers gives to Wiest. Mason Wiest. You've got to remember to use the first name. There are 3 Wiests on the roster here for Upper Dauphin. He gains a couple. 2nd down, and it looks like 7 from the 14-yard line. 13-yard line. One man split wide to the left for Upper Dauphin. Ayers running the option, keeps it himself, and he is got first down yardage down to the 5-yard line. Be first and goal for the Trojans.
And if you remember up down at York Catholic, this gave Delone a little trouble, the quarterback keeping the ball here, and that's exactly what's going on here. Macklin Ayers, who's the second leading rusher on this team, has the most yards, takes it to the 5, first and goal for Upper Dauphin.
Under 3.5 to go here in the first quarter. Squires with the lead, but the Trojans knocking on the door. And Ayers pulls it out. Wiest had it. He slips out of a tackle, and he's going to be dropped at about the 2-yard line. Brady had him, and Monto finished him, but he is down to about the 2-yard line, second and goal. Gabe Lee not happy with himself because he whiffed on a tackle in the backfield.
He had him about the 7-yard line, and he Ayers twisted away and took it down to the 2.
Second down and goal at the 3. The give is to Gelnett up the middle, and he is in the Upper Dauphin touchdown.
Gelnett on a 2-yard run, and that's what they do. They keep pounding the middle with Gelnett, quarterback taking it out, and then all of a sudden you forget about Gelnett, and he goes up the middle.
And this is a team that has one PAT conversion all year. They've gone for, I think they have 19 two-point conversions.
Well, they're kicking it
so
here.
So they're going to kick here. Grant Stoner out of the hold of Zach Rupp, left-footed kicker. And it is up, and it is good. So with 2:32 to go in the first quarter, it's a tie ball game. Delone Catholic 7, Upper Dauphin 7.
Upper Dauphin took advantage of a short field there. They only had to have a 42-yard drive, and the refs discussing what that last flag was, but I'm pretty sure that was it, that both wideouts were on the line of scrimmage on the same side.
So does that signal obvious rushing play to you?
Well, it figures the guy inside can't go out for a pass.
Yeah.
Well, if you notice, every time they break the huddle, Rupp, number 5, Zach Rupp, don't even go in the huddle. He's outside, so they obviously they don't want to throw the ball. They want to run the ball. They've only thrown 90 times all year, and I'm sure a lot of that was in the Halifax game when they were losing. So
Brown and Colin Gebhardt deep for the Squires. Stoner will tee it up from the left hash at his own 40-yard line.
Remind you a little bit of the Hanover game last week. Delone got victimized by letting the ball down at the 3-yard line. Left-footed kicker. He's going to have a little bit of spin on it into the middle. Let's see if we can corral it this time.
Yeah, Squires looking into the sun, which normally is not an issue in a November football game, but afternoon game here at JT Flaherty Field. Ball hits at about the 15. Logan Brown picks it up at the 7. He's got some room up the middle, but nice open field tackle by number 51, and we don't have one of them. So nice tackle by 51.
Yeah, we don't have a 51 here, but we did get the ball up. Where are they putting it up here? At about the 31, 30.
First
right
down
at the 30.
At the 30.
They're going to go right at the line. Surprise,
so,
surprise.
2:26 to go in the first quarter. Squires 7, Trojans 7. Squires starting after the Trojan score. The give is to Logan Brown. He's looking for the left side. He's got the corner and run out of bounds out there by Dalton Boyer.
They're going to give him 4 yards, it looks like, on that play.
It'll be second down and 6. As we mentioned, the afternoon game, it's a significantly better day than it was yesterday. No rain and a lot of fluffy white clouds, sun going in and out. So the team going from the school to the Moose going to have possible issues with the sun today. Brady fakes to 2 guys, rolls out to his right. He's got time. Monto signaling for it and just out of his reach. Bring up third down and 6 from the 34.
Yeah, Monto was open, and Brady didn't see him. He was looking down the field for number 83 for the Squires. 83 never broke open. By the time he got back to Monto, he threw it too far out to the right.
So it'll be third down and 6. Clock stopped with 2:12 to go in the first quarter in the 2018 PIAA District 3 M&T Bank Football Championships. This is the AA semifinal. coming at you from JT Flaherty Field in McSherrystown. Upper Dauphin, the 3 seed, and Delone Catholic, the 2 seed, tied at 7. Evan Brady back to pass. He's got time, and it's backwards pass picked up by A.J. Knobloch, and he is back to about the
line of scrimmage. It was a fumble. It was a lateral,
yep.
I guess. The wind blew it for a lateral. Nick Groff just buried somebody out there in the flat.
It looked like it was going to be a little floating screen here, but like you said, the wind got it, and Knobloch was able to pick it up off the bounce, but it forced the Squires to punt again. Gabe Lee at his 23-yard line, and Jake Ramberger, not quite at the 40. He drops the ball, picks it up, and he's got to run, and nowhere to go.
Get there, and a big break for Upper Dauphin here.
And that's a big turn of events. It's going to be a 4-yard loss and a turnover on down. So Upper Dauphin will have the ball. First down and 10 from the Delone Catholic 31.
And, you know, Gabe Lee was only one guy breaking it to going big there because he just dropped the snap. It was a pretty good snap right to him. He just dropped it and never had time to pick it up and kick it.
Yeah, there were about 4 white shirts there that he was working his way through, and the last one got him. So now it's the misdirection, and Ayers keeps it, and they covered both him and the pitch man, and there's nowhere to go.
Well, they brought their safety up there because it's obvious they're not going to throw the ball, and he brought the safety up. Safety took quarterback, the corner took pitch man, and they had that option pretty well covered.
And there was a third guy there to help with whatever needed to be done. So
and that was really the first time they stopped Ayers all game.
It's going to be a loss of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 12 from the 33. This time in misdirection, it's a counter play to Ramberger. He's got a couple down across the 30 to about the 29, bringing up 3rd down and long for the Trojans.
3rd and 8, but they're really in 4-down territory here because I don't think their kicker is good enough to hit a field goal from that far out, especially with this swirling wind.
Yeah, you almost have to wonder if that's just a philosophy that they spent most of the year going for 2, or if he was hurt, or it just he gained the experience that they trust him now, not knowing that Gelnet has the give. It's going to be down close to the marker, but he's going to be about a yard short. Gelnet, the fullback, with a big pickup on 3rd down and long, making it 4th and short.
Almost 4th called a long 1 or a short 2. They're going to go for it. That might be, they got 29 seconds here to get this off, so they're going to have to run a play.
Yeah, Stoner, the kicker's only a sophomore, so I'm wondering if it was just he didn't have the experience and the confidence. But here is going to be Gelnet, and
he's not going to get there.
Run together, and
the Squires have held.
He is going to be short. The second effort got him closer, but about 3 black shirts stopped Macklin Ayers. And after the turnover on the fumbled punt snap, the Squires come up with a big stop to keep this game tied 7-7 with 13 seconds to go in the first quarter.
That's huge, and it looked like 84 for the Squires and 53 made the initial hit.
Marquise Sweet and Chico Operanozzi in on that, and there were some other black jerseys as well. A big stop for the Squires that after what could have been a huge turnover on downs after the fumbled punt snap. Evan Brady up under center. Back shift to their left. The give is to Monto. Off left tackle. He is into the secondary. He's got about 8 yards on the play, and that'll run out the first quarter, bringing up 2nd down and about 2. So at the end of the first quarter in the 2018 PIAA District 3 M&T Bank Football Championships AA semifinal, end of 1 quarter, Delone Catholic 7, Upper Dauphin 7 here at JT Flaherty Field. And
that's a mouthful.
It sure is. It's certainly
that's a lot.
I would think it's a what do you call this? Kind of a feeling out quarter here. The Squires got the opening kickoff and took down the field.
You can't say anything about the Squires defense stepping up there and set up on 1st down when they stopped theirs for a 2-yard loss.
Yes.
That put Upper Dauphin in stuff they don't like to do. And then when we brought, they don't want to throw this ball until they have to. The Squires now have a 2nd and 2 and see if they can get something going here.
When they haven't, Upper Dauphin hasn't thrown the ball yet, have they?
No.
So.
And they don't want to.
No. 7-7 at the end of one. Tyler Monto with a 44-yard run on the opening possession.
And now Delone has the wind a little bit, too. What little bit there is. It's actually more of a cross wind.
Donnie Gelnett, the fullback for Upper Dauphin, with the 2-yard run, tied it up. And so we're back to action in the second quarter. Evan Brady gives to Logan Brown up the middle, and he's got a first down for the Squires.
So the Squires will move the chains here up to the 35-yard line. Coach Zortman going a little bit to the I formation here, too. Going away a little bit from the wing T.
Just underway in the second quarter. District semifinal game. Delone Catholic and Upper Dauphin tied at 7. Squires with the ball. Brady gives to Monto. He's got 5 more out to the 40. Bring up second down and 5 for the Squires.
They found something here with Monto now going up the middle. He scored on a 42-yard run earlier. And if the Squires can keep it in 2nd and 5, 3rd and short, they should be okay here.
And the Squires breaking the huddle. One receiver split wide to the right. That's the short side of the field. The give is off left tackle. It's Monto again. He's got a yard. Bring up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, he got about 1.5 yards. So now Corey's going to have to come up with something here to get 3.5 yards. Last time he had Brady roll out, I thought Brady should have just ran to the flag, and he hesitated a little. Let's see what he does this time.
And ball's right.
They got to get it up here to the 45.
Ball's right in the middle of the field, so there is no wide side of the field to play with. Joe Hernandez goes in motion. Brady keeps it on the option. Now he pitches to Hernandez, and he has got the first down.
Oh, they're going to mark him a little short, I think.
Wow.
It's going to be awful, awful close. Let's see where they put the ball.
That ball is just short of the 45-yard line, and it looked to me like when his feet came out from under him there, he had the ball extended out, and they're going to call a 4th down.
Don't we wish we had replay here? Because it looked like he went out above the stakes, but it's going to come up to it can't be more than an inch or 2.
Yeah, so I haven't seen a lot.
And that happened on that sideline. So.
And Brady's just going to keep it himself.
And he's got
it. So this drive will continue for the Squires. 1st down and 10 from the Delone Catholic 46-yard line. 10.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Delone Catholic and Upper Dauphin tied at 7. The winner gets top-seeded York Catholic next week. Game scheduled for Friday, and the venue will be determined, I would assume, by Monday morning.
By Monday morning, yeah.
But a lot to be done here at JT Flaherty Field to determine who's going to meet the Irish next week. Brady keeps it himself, rolls back under pressure, throws it away, and they're going to get him for intentional grounding, I think. Or they're going to – the Upper Dauphin sideline reaction seems that might be roughing the passer, but I think you could make a case for intentional grounding.
Well, I think it's going to be intentional grounding. They're going to mark the ball back there and loss it down, I would think. It could be they're putting the ball, and that's
they moved the flag, so this is going to be intentional grounding on the Squires, and this is huge play because it's 11 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
It's going to bring up 2nd. It's a loss of down also, so it's going to be 2nd down.
And I'm not sure.
No, wait a minute. They marked it 5 yards further.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 26. And I'm not sure if he wasn't outside the tackle box and the ball just did back to the line of scrimmage, but there was no receiver.
Well, that don't matter in high school ball. You have to have a receiver in the area.
He definitely didn't have that. So now he throws, rolls out, and he overshoots Mason Clayball. He was trying to split a pair of defenders, and he was into.
I'm not sure Mason Clayball was really the intended receiver. It was where he threw the ball. I think he wanted to try to get it to Brown up the sideline, who was running a wheel route. Just threw it too early. He had plenty of time. He should, if he hangs in there, he had Brown wide open down the left sideline here.
So it brings up 3rd down and 26 now for the Squires, and
I think we had that penalty one other time this year where he throws the ball plus 5 yards. So 3rd down and 26 yards.
That's an ugly penalty. So the Squires have Marcello Malvone split wide to the left, and they are going to go with the counter action. The gives to Brown. Oh, it's Hamburger with a shoelace tackle. Brown had all kinds of room and just got tripped up by his shoelaces, but he had at least a shot at a first down there if he could keep his feet, but it's going to be 4th down and about 20.
He picked up like 7 on that play.
And a low snap. Lee gets it high, spiraling punt. Ramberger's just going to let it go. That ball's going to hit at about the 25 and roll, and it's going to be down by Tate Niederer at the 14-yard line. So after the dropped punt snap the last time by Lee, he got a low snap, got that one up, and a nice kick.
Over a 50-yard punt there with the roll, so they're going to mark it at the 14 where the Trojans will take over for Upper Dauphin.
9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter, 7-7. Delone Catholic and Upper Dauphin here in the District 3 AA semifinals. Do we have anything from out of town there, from Littlestown and Wyomissing?
Not sure.
It's a AA, or I'm sorry, that's the up at Wyomissing today. This time, it's a counter. It looks at, it's going to be Mason Wiest. It was option action and had
That's
counter
a wing
coming
T
back
counter.
the other way.
With 5 yards, 2nd and 5. 2nd and 6, maybe. Or 4, I'm sorry.
2nd and
Pick up
4.
a
They're going to give him 6 on that out to the 20-yard line. This time it's to Gelnett right up the middle. He is got a first down, breaking through. It looked like he was going to be stopped and then broke through some arm tackles for about 5 more yards and a first down.
Going on a tackle up to the 32-yard line for the Trojans.
Clock rolling, under 9 minutes to go in the first half. Tie score, and both teams have been able to move the ball fairly well, but defense is stepping up when they need to, and some mistakes.
Here's that. See if they're both on the line of scrimmage now, so they can have 4 guys in their backfield over there.
The give this time is to Ramberger, and Logan Brown stands him up out there. He's going to get a couple, but that was a big hit by Logan Brown, and it looked to me almost like there were 2 guys in motion at the start of that play, but not flagged.
They give him 4 on that, 2nd down and 6. And they use them 2 wideouts as blocking backs on the sweep out here.
Yeah, I mean, and they had the first Squire defenders blocked off well, but Brown, the corner, did a good job. We got a flag on the play.
Well, that time they got that motion.
Ayers pulls the ball out and keeps it himself. He's got first down yardage, it looks like, but it is going to be a penalty bringing that ball back, it looks like. The official's talking it over. And we'll get the signal. It's going to be a false start penalty against Upper Dauphin. So it's going to wipe out what probably was a first down and make it 2nd down and 10.
There's somebody down there going on a quick snap, which really doesn't matter. You still got to be set for a second, and they're not. And I think, Eric, you have seen it more than once where we thought there was 2 guys going in motion at the same time.
Yeah, that was the first time they caught it, or they weren't set long enough to actually trigger the penalty. But that's potentially a big one against Upper Dauphin because, as we said, it
2nd and 10
takes away a first down and makes it 2nd and 10. Clock running again, under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Sun coming in and out of the clouds. Mason Wiest in motion, and he fakes to Gelnett and rolls out. First pass of the game to Ramberger. He's behind everybody down the left sideline, and it's going to be Jake Ramberger. He's going to be wrestled out at about the 10-yard line by Joe Hernandez. A huge, huge gain for Upper Dauphin. That ball was at the 32-yard line, so it's going to be a gain of, about 58 on that play.
Yeah, they took it down. I think it's going to be marked just outside the 10 here. And that's what happens when you bring your safety up to stop that play. There was nobody there. Ramberger slipped out from his wing position, caught that ball on the flat.
It'll be about a 57-yard
pass. It was only like a 15-yard pass. Right. It turned into a 57-yard play.
Macklin airs to Jake Ramberger, and it's 1st down and 10 from the 11. And the give is to Gelnett, I believe. He's got a couple up the middle. And
2nd down and 6.
Okay. I was going to say, why did the clock stop? But Gelnett's helmet came off. So stop the clock. Now they've got it started again. 2nd down and 6 inside the 10-yard line. Squires defense looking to come up big here again. And this time the give is to Ramberger. There's a flag down.
Ball's
the ball's
down. Ball's
loose.
loose.
Down and picked up. Number 50.
That's going to be an
Squires
illegal motion
ball.
against it's going to be Delone's ball. I don't think the flag's going to pick it. Yeah, it was illegal motion. The ref's saying it's going to be Delone's ball going the other way on a fumble by Ramberger.
Sean Kroner on the recovery for the Squires. He picked it up. He was on one knee and tried to run and see if they wouldn't notice, but they did. So Squires defense comes up big again as Upper Dauphin was knocking on the door. That's the second time they've had a drive that the Squires defense has stopped. The last time was a turnover on downs, and this time it's
the
a
only
fumble
thing is now
recovery.
Delone has the ball on the 5-yard line, but it's better in those. It's better in Upper Dauphin have it on that 5-yard line.
That's right.
And there was a flag. That play wasn't counting anyway because they were in motion again. The flag. They picked up the flag after Delone recovered the fumble.
7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Tie ball game. Squires with the ball 1st and 10 at their own 5. Brady gives to Logan Brown. He's got an escort, and he steps through. He's got a first down. Good tackle there by number 12 is Macklin Ayers. He gets the stop, and he was the last guy that had a shot. There was a lot of green grass between Logan Brown and the end zone there.
11 yards there, and that up by Brown out to the 17-yard line. Give the Squires a little breathing room here.
And this time the give is up the middle.
Tyler Monto's loose.
Monto, he's down the sideline. He's going to duck out of an arm tackle, and he is going to step out of bounds. Looked like Dalton Boyer had him up around the shoulder pads. He ducked out of that, but stepped out of bounds.
They're going to mark it right on the Squire 45. So that's a 28-yard pickup, and Squires are almost in territory now of the Trojans on the 45-yard line.
All of a sudden, after the fumble recovery, the Squires going the other way at a great rate. And Brady hands to Brown again. Brown's got the left side, steps around one tackler, and ridden down by number 51. It's that mystery guy again.
Give him 8 more in that. We're at the 47-yard line of the Trojans, and the Squires are using the short side of the field here.
2nd down and 2 in Trojan territory. Clock is stopped rather. 6:40. Why is the clock stopped?
Out of bounds.
Okay. The give is up the middle. Monto nowhere to go. Ayers on the stop.
It's going to be a yard loss. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3. Brought a few linebackers. Actually, it's going to be like 3.5. 3rd and 3.5.
Here's another big play in this game. Squires have had 3rd and short a couple of times, been able to keep it going.
Where? Yeah.
Misdirection, play fake 2 ways. He floats it out to Monto, out to the right side. He's got a first down, and he's ridden out of bounds by Macklin Ayers at the Trojans' 37-yard line. 1st and 10, Delone Catholic.
Ran the waggle that time, got Monto out in the right flat. Nice float pass there with the wind by Brady. Squires set up shop here at the 37-yard line. Monto coming out of the game here.
Brady gives to Brown. He cuts it back up underneath.
Brown's a little loop. He's gone. He's gone.
Logan Brown, 37 yards and a touchdown.
Great block up front by the center and the guard and the tackle on the right side that time. And the Squires are in the end zone again.
Monto with the 44-yard run in the first quarter, and Brown now with 37 gives the Squires the lead again, and Tony Espinoza will tee it up for the extra point attempt.
What a cutback there. What a cutback. Came to the left side, cut it back to the right, and he was gone.
Snap is into the holder, but Mallory does a nice job, and it's up and good. 5:51 to go in the second quarter. Delone Catholic 14, Upper Dauphin 7.
And what a last 5 minutes that was. Upper Dauphin knocking at the door, fumbles at the 5-yard line. Delone responds with a 95-yard drive to pay dirt and take a 14-7 lead when Upper Dauphin was ready to do the same thing to the Squires.
Absolutely. It's a huge turn of events here. And just whoever came out and kicked out the end on that play did a great job, sealed him off, and then Brown kind of cut it back against, got into the linebackers, and he cut back, and nobody was there, and he just outran everybody.
Well, I yelled gone when he got to the 30. There was nobody catching him. There's nobody in that team going to catch Brown when he gets out there. Same way with Ramberger. We're lucky we called him in the long run. Now, if Espinoza hits this, it should go into the end zone.
Espinoza to kick for the Squires. Rupp and Ramberger deep for Upper Dauphin. Okay. High end over end kick. It's going to be touched by Rupp at the one.
He can't come out. Once he's in the end zone in high school, it's over.
Yeah, but it looked like he touched it out of the end zone.
It doesn't matter. He muffed it into the end zone. In high school, that comes out to the 20.
I'm not sure the ball ever went into the end zone, though.
But he did. Okay. Oh, you're right. The ball didn't, but his foot was in the end zone. So they'll take over at the 20.
In either way, it's the 20th back of the year for Tony Espinoza, which is a ridiculous number for a high school kicker. So 5:49 to go in the second quarter. Squires up now 14-7 over Upper Dauphin. And the Trojans start things out 1st and 10 from their own 20. Ayers fakes to Gelnett, pulls it down, throws. He's got a man, and he is complete Mason Wheat. And he was behind everybody. A.J. Knobloch got back there for the tackle, but it's into Squires territory.
And we got a flag.
45.
It might be roughing the passer also.
No, it's against
No,
Upper
wait a minute.
Dauphin.
It's against Upper Dauphin for something here. I missed ball.
I did too. I was busy looking at where the ball.
Yeah, we were trying to get the next play going up here.
Ball was spotted, and a huge penalty wiping out a gain of 35 yards for the Trojans.
Holding. It's a hold, and it's a spot foul from the 16-yard line, which will be half the distance back to the 8.
That's an enormous penalty. The effect of that is, 47 yards.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ball's going to be set at the 8-yard line. They're going to be first down, but it's now 22 yards to go.
1st and 22 from inside the 10 instead of 1st and 10 at the Squires 45. What a turn on that penalty.
They moved.
And they missed it. It's a wraparound. Right now they throw the flag. Get it. He fumbled again. It looks like he got back on it. But
Corey, if that's all the yardage they got, he might decline this penalty because it was motion.
It is the illegal shift.
Decline it, Coach.
Evan Brady was calling for him to decline it down here on the sidelines.
Yeah, they're going to decline that. He only picked up 2 yards. Take the down.
Yeah, 2nd down and 2, or a gain of 2, so it brings up 2nd down and a lot.
And 20. And I thought the ball got loose there too, but apparently whoever was down.
I think Gelnett got right back on it too, down or otherwise.
5:06, 5:05 here in the second quarter.
And now they're going to call it again. And it looks like what Upper Dauphin's doing. Macklin Ayers takes this big, pump fake step, and I don't know why they're doing it because they're not sending anybody in motion, but when they do, at least one guy moves every time.
And that's going to send it back to the 5-yard line, and they've been doing it all game. It's just now being called. And that goes back to the 5 and is going to bring up a 2nd down and 25 yards to go.
And they're going
to talk about it. They're going to talk about it here. They're a little.
Well, and I think their coach is wise to do that because that's 2 or 3 plays in a row after the holding penalty effectively changed field position by 47 yards. And if Upper Dauphin can't get things moving here, this has the potential to maybe spiral out of control.
Yeah. And they're going to talk it over. Although Macklin Ayers can change this with one running play. He's that good of a quarterback. And we can see now, I don't know why they don't want to throw because he has a nice arm. He got that long pass that was called back for the holding penalty through the wind right on the numbers. But anyway, it's going to be, when we come back and play here, it's 2nd down, 25, exactly 5 minutes to go here before half.
And you're right, Tony. I mean, what a change of events here in the last, 5 minutes of game action. I mean, the Trojans had the ball at the Delone Catholic 5 going in, fumbled it. The Squires get it back and go on a 95-yard drive. So it's a 14-point swing. And now,
the thing about it is, Eric, that was an 8-play drive with only 1 negative play. The 2nd down and 2 play became 3rd and 3, and other than that, they chunked off big yardage on every play.
And it looked like they were going to start doing it again on the first play of this drive, but the holding penalty essentially moved the ball back 47 yards. This time everybody stays set. He's going to fake to Gelnet. He's looking to throw. He's under pressure, goes back. Marquise Sweet nearly gets him in the end zone. Monto has him at the 5, and he stood up there. He's going to gain a yard maybe.
Yeah, it's going to gain a yard, bring up 3rd and 24, but I'm telling you, we missed the safety there.
A lot of activity happened there to get that 1 yard.
And Delone really dropped back into coverage that time, and nobody was open. He was looking for Ramberg and Wiest out of the backfield. They were both covered, and he had nobody else to go to. And it looks like the Squires are going to call a timeout.
Squires are going to take a timeout. And it looks like it seems like the backfield spacing's a little weird for Upper Dauphin too, because he made that fake to Gelnet, and then he was right behind him, and he's looking downfield. But I mean, he's got his fullback right in front of him.
If you noted for the people, I know we don't have video here. The wings in the wing T for Upper Dauphin are setting in. They're not square to the line of scrimmage. They set in, and then they take off, which that confuses the defenses. But the Squires are handling it really well.
Yeah, I mean it's not like anything I've ever seen. But
what do you do here in 3rd and 24?
You basically open yourself up for screens
and
draws.
And that's exactly what Corey wanted the timeout for. I think it was a great timeout here with the Delone coach, because obviously if they don't get this, they're going to punt the ball away. They're not going to try anything in a district game, like a fake punt. Maybe 4th and 4, but not 4th and 24.
Right. And remind everybody that obviously it's a win or go home situation at this point. And York Catholic, after a 21-0 win over Steelton High Spire last night in the monsoon down in York, waiting the winner of this game for next week. Right now, the Squires up 14-7 with 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. 3rd down and 24 for Upper Dauphin coming out of the Squires timeout. It's going to be Ayers rolling to his left, throws high floating pass, and he just floats it out of bounds. And a great series for the Squires after the penalty wiped out the big game.
Yeah, I don't know who he was throwing to there. I mean, if he completed it, it wasn't going to be nearly enough for the first down.
He had a guy on the sideline there who was covered, and he just threw it over his head. So it was good coverage for the Squires on that play.
Delone was giving them that. I mean, Delone actually dropped their guys back. Now, this punter, I'm sorry, Gelnet has to punt into strong wind now.
Good snap. That definitely was affected by the wind. It
Don't touch it. Get out of the way.
And died, and it's going to go down and be stopped at the 33-yard line. So the Squires in business. 1st down and 10.
At the 33-yard line of the Trojans. So if they can make something happen here, remember now, Trojans get the ball coming out in the second half. So Delone want to put a little space between them here. And they have the win right now.
Yeah. Short field here for the Squires after the punt.
Brown, if he comes across here in motion.
Yep, they're going to shift. Hernandez comes up to the wing on this side. The give to Brown, looking for the left end, and there are 2 Trojan defenders there with a nice tackle. It's Tyler Cleveland and Jason Wiest, and it's going to be a loss on the play for the Squires. Back to the 34-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
Look for Corey to go to the air here. Maybe another waggle to Monto out of the backfield.
Clock's rolling under 4 minutes to go in the second. Same deal last time. Change the set. Brady rolling out to his right. Throws. He's got Gabe Hernandez, and it's broken up. It's a little bit underthrown, and Ayers was back there and broke it up for the Trojans.
Gabe Hernandez has to take that a little deeper and more to the flag there. He stayed too much in the middle. Brady had to try to loft it over Gelnet's hand and couldn't do that. And if I think if Hernandez would have angled that off a little more to the flag, it would have been a nicer, easier throw. Although I think the Squires here are in 4-down territory anyway. I don't think they're going to punt the ball from the 34.
No, 3rd down and 12 now. Brady back to pass. He's under pressure, hit as he throws, and it's incomplete, intended for Logan Brown, but it's going to be a roughing the passer
might get a roughing
penalty.
here. There's something here. It's either holding or roughing.
I'm pretty sure that's a roughing the passer penalty, and there it is. So it's going to be a 1st down for the Squires, and he let that
Another
go.
break for the Squires. He did get nailed, but I thought
he hit him high and
yeah,
long enough after he released it that I think that's the right call. So instead of what would that have been? Third, that would have been 4th down.
Yeah,
and
would have
12.
And they were going for it.
We're right, but instead of 4th down and 12, it's 1st down.
So the Squires are going to take a 18-yard line with 3:28 left, And another big penalty goes against Upper Dauphin. And you know what? Now they're in a situation where if they would have to kick a field goal, I think they're in probably field goal range now.
Brady gives to Tyler Monto up the middle. He is down to the 15-yard line.
Give him 4 yards, and we went. That's the first time we called Monto in about 20 minutes here.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. I mean, again, we haven't seen as much from Hernandez offensively as we did last week, but it's that three-headed running monster for the Squires again, and it's getting results again today. Brady moving Hernandez to the other side of the formation. Two backs in the backfield to give to Monto off left guard. He stood up down to the 10 and across the 10.
Going to be awful close to the first down.
Going to be real close.
You know, that was they went heavy to the right side, and they ran Monto back to the short side, the left side. And let's see who got on there and pushed him. He got into the line of scrimmage, and it looked like number 74, Zach Groff, might have helped him get the first down there, and they marked it as a first down. First and goal now.
First and goal at the 9 for the Squires with 2:44 to go in the first half. Misdirection play. The give is to Hernandez. He cuts it back, and he is
into the end. He got it, I think, unless he fumbled. Did he fumble down there?
Nope. They're going to say he's just short
at the 1.
At the inside the 1 yard line, so it'll be second down and goal.
I thought he reached the ball out there to stretch it in, and I didn't know if it got away from him or not.
And maybe it did, but either way, it's 1 yard line, second down and goal as the clock winding down, approaching 2 minutes in the first half. Squires up 14-7, looking for more. Brady gives. It's a touchdown. It's Tyler Monto with his second touchdown of the game.
A 1 yard run makes it a 20-7 game. Extra point coming here.
And Espinoza to attempt the extra point again.
And I really think when Delone comes out in the second half, they will kick the same way here to keep the win the way it is.
Low snap. Good hold by Mowry. The kick is up, and it is good with 2:06 to go in the first half. It's now Delone Catholic 21, Upper Dauphin 7 in the District 3 semifinals for Class 2A. The winner looking for a championship date with York Catholic next Friday.
Two big calls went against Upper Dauphin there. The holding penalty on the completed pass, and then the roughing the passer penalty. And they couldn't recover from that, and eventually, gave the Squires 7 points.
I didn't see the hold, so I can't say that was a good call or not. But roughing the passer was definitely the right call.
Brady got hit late and high.
Yeah,
and high, and
I think that might have been it more than the lateness. I think was how high he came in.
The holding flag went right away, although I didn't know. I thought maybe that was roughing too, but they had the hold way before that.
Espinoza to kick for the Squires. Ramberger and Rupp deep for Upper Dauphin. This is going to be a low kick. Hits at about the 20, and it's going to roll all the way into the end zone, and another touchback for Espinoza. And that didn't seem to be really well played by Ramberger back there.
No, he had plenty of time to get that one, and the ball just scooted to his left a little bit, and he just let it go. So they'll take over at the 20 with 2:06 left here in the first half. 21-7 the Squires.
Both teams with 2 timeouts.
And remember, Upper Dauphin gets the ball coming out at half. Hurry up offense here from Upper Dauphin.
And he's going to throw. It's Ayers. Now he's under pressure. Kroner rushes him as he throws, and he just throws it out of bounds. The receiver in the area was number 2, Ben Cope, but he was covered. And Ayers just did a nice job to get away from the pressure and throw that away.
And if Delone can hold them here and get the ball back, there's plenty of time to get more points on the board if they don't let Upper Dauphin out of this hole.
Second down and 10 with 1:59 to go in the second quarter.
Ayers is so dangerous. He goes back there to throw, and if you don't get him, he can take off and make a big play. He's that kind of an athlete.
And he seems to be really patient too. I mean,
I'm not sure that's legal. They just had too many men in the huddle, but there's no call. Oh,
And it's a reverse. It's Ramberger, and he's got nowhere to go. There's two black jerseys in there. Fulton's one of them. I didn't make out the other, but well done by the Squires defense to stay home and defend that reverse.
And
now the Squires are going to take a timeout because it's no gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 10 with 1:46 to go.
That was a double reverse, actually. It was actually called the counter crisscross out of the wing tee, and the Squires just stayed at home. And like you said, Ramberger had nowhere to go.
No, I mean, for the season that he's obviously had statistically, it seems to me that the game.
Well, he made the one big play in the pass, and that's they don't throw that often, and that's what happened on the pass that they did throw and complete a long pass. What happened is you forget about the pass, and then he slips out of the backfield, and he's wide alone.
Right, and with the safety up at the
safety's up there to help stop the quarterback on that option.
It seems almost like the Squires made the decision that Ramberger wasn't going to beat him today.
Right.
And so far, except for that play, he hasn't. And then the defense got the stop.
Well, now if I'm Upper Dauphin, I come out and run the option because Delone's going to be laying back here. They're not going to have Brady up the line of scrimmage, and the option might be able something they could run just to get a first down.
3rd down and 10 from the 20-yard line. 1:46 to go before halftime.
Looks like they're going to flood this side of the field.
It's a flood pattern. He's got time and throws. It is
great grab.
Complete. No,
not complete. Oh, I thought he had it. That would have been a great grab there.
It's Mason Wiest, but he was covered, and the Squires are going to force a punt.
It actually wasn't the best throw, but Wiest made a nice try there and just couldn't hold it as he turned around.
And he was well covered, too. So, I mean, it was a good effort on both sides there.
So, Wiest is going to have to punt it. Not Wiest. Galnett's going to punt it again. I'd be making sure he punts this ball.
Hernandez and Brown are deep for the Squires. Galnett at his own 6-yard line. High snap. Runs up, nearly gets a finger on it. Gabe Hernandez, fielded by Joe Hernandez at the 44. He's up the right sideline, and he's down inside the 25 to about the 22. And with 1:26 to go before the half, the Squires with a chance to add on to a 21-7 lead.
1st and 10 at the 23, and just like last week, Eric, the things that have nothing to do with football, the wind and are taking advantage. Delone's taking advantage of it. Getting the ball on a short field here with a timeout and a minute 26 to work on here. There's no reason to hurry.
Marcello Mavone wide. Brown in motion. He's got it. He's
got a hold.
Around the left side. There's a flag down. Brown runs over, and another flag down out here at the 10.
It's a hold on Delone back here, so the ball's coming back.
Brown is down at the 7-yard line, but a pair of flags on the play. And my guess is they're both on the Squires.
Well, the first one was a hold. It was an obvious hold on the Squires. And that's the one they'll take probably because it'll mark up. They don't want that one because that other one's a spot foul. So the Squires will lose 10 yards here from the 25 and take it back to the 35. And believe me, folks, it was an obvious hold.
Yeah, there's no question about that one. I think it was a tackle more than a hold.
And it'll maintain 1st down here, but it was an obvious hold. And Brown made a nice run, but there was probably another hold down at the 10-yard line too.
Yeah, based on where that was and how it was thrown, it was probably a pair of holds on the Squires. So 1st down, clock running with 1:10 to go. And it's going to be a misdirection, a fake to no block. Brady looking to throw. He's held up, gets away, and he's out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. So he's going to gain 4. With a minute 2 to go, and bring up second down.
And he was racked up pretty good there. He was looking. Nobody broke open for the Squires on that.
Somebody had a hold of his jersey, but he was able to break.
Yeah, I guess we don't have. I guess there's no such thing as horse collar in high school because that was a horse collar tackle. Brady seems to be okay. He's up and around. Nick Groff out over the ball. The Squires in a little bit of a shotgun here.
Monto's the only setback. Brady rolling to his right. He's got time. Throws. He's got a man behind everybody.
Touchdown!
Touchdown! 31 yards.
And that was the real route that I talked about earlier, where Brown goes out into the flat and goes down deep, and Brady put it right on the number 9, and another touchdown for the Squires. Make it 27-7. And boy, are they taking advantage of the field position here today.
And great clock management by the Squires in the last 2 to 3 minutes of this quarter.
Squires will try to make it a 28-7. And believe me, this is not a blowout game. That's
Tony Espinoza at the kick. Better snap than the last two. The kick is up, and it is good with 53 seconds to go before halftime. It's Delone Catholic 28, Upper Dauphin 7 here at JT Flaherty Field. And in all the excitement of what this game meant, I kind of forgot going into this. The Squires only needed 19 points to become the all-time leading offensive team, scoring team in program history. They've done that now with 28.
What a throw by Brady that time. On a great route by Brown. He took it out to the flat, put his hand up like he was going to get it, turned it upfield, and was wide open, and Brady didn't miss him.
No, and it was kind of hit him right in stride and right there for the touchdown, and just a huge turn of events.
Ever since that fumble.
It can't be said enough that Upper Dauphin had the ball inside the 10-yard line and was ready to go up 14-7 in this game, and the fumble has opened the floodgates to a 21-point Squire run here.
And there's only 53 seconds left here before halftime.
Upper Dauphin has 2 timeouts left. Espinoza with a high end over end kick. It's a little bit shorter. It'll be fielded by Ramberger at the 7. And he is drilled at the 22. Tate Niederer was in there, but the first guy to get him.
First guy I thought was 76.
Looks like that. Yeah, it was Austin Staub. And it was a big stick. And there's a penalty flag on the play over on the Upper Dauphin sideline.
Probably.
That's going to be a sideline warning against Upper Dauphin.
Which means absolutely nothing.
Until they do it again.
48 seconds left. Let's see if Upper Dauphin just wants to go in here if they want to try to get something going.
And trying to get something going cost them the last time because they had.
Well, remember it was 28-7 at halftime last week against Hanover, and Hanover scored right before half.
But, I mean, it was 2 incomplete passes, and the Squires called a timeout and then got a stop and forced the punt and got another touchdown. Right. So it will be interesting to see what the Trojans want to do here. And Ayers is back to throw. He's got a man. He's shooting him down the left sideline and complete. It's Zach Rupp and a perfect throw from Macklin Ayers into Squires territory at the 24-yard line. What a throw by Macklin Ayers.
Put that right there. And it was a single-man pattern. They kept everybody else in the block. And it's a big gain there by
it was pretty good coverage by the Squires defender there. It was just a perfect throw. High arcing throw, dropped it right into his hands.
Now here they have both the receivers out here. So number 5 not actually eligible.
Clock's running, under 35 to go. The give to Ramberger. He's looking for the right side. Squires stretch it out, but he's got the right side, and he looked like he stepped out of bounds at about the 10-yard line.
Oh, he stepped out about the 7. Big answer here by Upper Dauphin. Big answer.
Yeah, this is a huge drive here with very little time left. And now they're inside the 10 to the 7, 1st and goal. 25 seconds to go before halftime. Squires up 28-7, but Upper Dauphin knocking on the door again.
Clock stopped because he stepped out of bounds.
And this time it's Mason Wiest, and he is drilled at the 5. It looked like he had a hole, but all of a sudden it was closed down.
And Upper Dauphin's going to use one of their timeouts here.
Timeout with 17 seconds to go. 2nd down and goal at the 5-yard line.
They have 1 left.
It's a pretty.
You can't say enough about that throw from the quarterback Ayers. No. Laid it right on the money, and that was into the wind, 40 yards in the air. Great throw.
And you talked about it. They obviously don't want to throw, but now they're behind. They have to. I mean, they haven't thrown a lot this year, but for him to have the ability to make that throw.
Well, he's big. He's a big-time athlete. He's only a junior, and so is Romberger, only a junior. So.
Yeah, this team has a chance to be really good again next year.
There's not a lot of them out there, but
they're not necessarily a senior-heavy team, though. So coming out of the timeout, Squires up 28-7 over Upper Dauphin. 17 seconds to go in the first half.
I like the
Second
ball.
down and goal from the 5.
I like the ball in Wee's hands here.
The give
He's
is
gonna
no,
keep it.
he's going to keep it.
He didn't make it.
Ayers faked it to Gelnet, the fullback, and kept it. He's down to about the 2-yard line, and another timeout with 11 seconds. And it looks like the ball is actually at the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. So now what do? Run it in and run out of time, or do you try to throw the ball and get 2 plays here?
Because they just used their last timeout.
That's what I mean. If you throw the ball, you get another play. If you run the ball and don't,
I would almost run that same play again because
you want to put the ball in his hands. You don't want it out of his. If he puts it in the belly of somebody, he's taking it out and running.
Although, Gelnet is
he's a big boy.
5'10", 200 pounds. But
if you run Gelnet and would stop, they're not going to get another play off.
So here we go. 11 seconds to go. 3rd down and goal at the 1-yard line. Squires up 21, but Upper Dauphin trying to get this thing back within 2 scores, and they get the ball coming out of the locker room at halftime. And the give is up the middle to Gelnet, and he is in for the touchdown. It was just a straight handoff to Gelnet.
He didn't make it by much, but he got that ball over the line, so it's going to be 28-13. Looks like they might go for 2 here. I don't see their kicker coming on the field.
That's Gelnet's second touchdown run of the game.
They have no timeouts, so they're going to have to hurry and get this play in.
They are going to go for 2 here because their kicker's over running down toward the other end of the field. This time it's going to be, he's going to pull it out. Ayers is going to keep it and run it in. Good for the 2-point conversion. So with 7 seconds to go in the second quarter, it's Delone Catholic 28, Upper Dauphin 15.
And I think my prediction before the game was 40-something to 30-something.
It's starting to look that way.
Yeah, looks like that's where it's headed. Upper Dauphin's an offense that can strike from anywhere, anytime. We see Delone, if they don't turn the ball over, they don't make penalties, can drive the ball against this team.
Well, that was really an impressive answer from Upper Dauphin, too. Because
it's set up by the strike. They had to throw the ball.
But, they had every reason to be down on themselves after, as we said, they were going in to try to go up 14-7, fumbled it, and all of a sudden it's 28-7 Delone Catholic. So the fact that they were able to answer that and get back now, I think less than a 2-touchdown lead for the Squires.
I think Coach Zortman will trade the 28-15 lead here for what could have been if they get in down there when it was 7-7.
No doubt about that. Stoner to
I'd
kick
be
off.
Shocked if they kick this deep.
Brown and Gebhardt deep for the Squires, but yeah, I would imagine this is going to be just along the ground. It's going to be picked up at the 24. That's Joe Hernandez, and he gave it a shot and got it out across the 40 to about the 43, and it'll be 2 seconds left. I would expect to kneel it down and get into the locker room here at halftime and discuss it. The Squires up 28-15. Just a pretty good crowd for the first JT Flaherty matinee in a long, long time here after the rain postponed this game last night. And both teams giving their respective fans a lot to cheer about here today. The winner of this game gets York Catholic next week in the AA championship. Brady looking to throw. Dumps it off in the right flat to Brown. He's got a first down into Upper Dauphin territory, and that's going to be the end of the first half with the score Delone Catholic 28, Upper Dauphin 15, halfway home in the 2018 PIAA District 3 M&T Bank Football Championship semifinal game here at JT Flaherty Field. And just want to remind everybody, don't adjust your set, as they say. There is no picture on this game. It's a new district policy that has prohibited any video web streaming of district playoffs in any sport, any round, but we're trying to come at you here with the audio to keep you along for the ride on this. Upper Dauphin's band coming out, and the team's going into the locker room. And Coach, you've been a player, you've been a coach. What do you do? I mean, what are both coaching staffs saying to their teams right now?
Well, Corey's going to take a little time and talk to his staff. They got to shake off that last drive by Upper Dauphin. I think what they have to do is come out and kick this football the same way towards the school, so they have the win here in the second half. They know. I don't. Right now, as a coach, I'm thinking I don't know if 28's enough, but I'm 13 ahead of them. So if I get 14 more, they're going to need 28. So that's what I'm thinking. I need 2 touchdowns here in the second half. If I get to 42, they're only at 15. It's in my favor.
Yeah.
And Upper Dauphin, they're thinking what I have to do now is score when I come out. It's obvious they're going to go for 2 the rest of the way. They went for a 2 there, which I don't know why on a keeper. So, but I think they want to score coming out. The obvious thing that Coach Sortman wants to do is get the ball back still 28-15 in the third quarter and then go from there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the first possession of the third quarter is a big one in any game, but especially this one, the way this thing shook out. I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen a game turn quite the way that one
it did. And the 95-yard drive that Delone put together to take the lead was, big chunks yardage the whole way. I really think Delone's going to get big chunks of yardage the rest of the game. It's just that the Ayers, the quarterback, is such an athlete, big-time athlete as a junior, and the pass, like we said, 40-yard pass there right before half, it was a single. Nobody else was out. He was throwing to Zepp.
Well, and I mean, the other thing that should be said, and I mean, we said it already, but it was good coverage by the Delone defensive back. I mean,
Mason Clayball was right there,
throw.
but the throw was right over. It was a great throw.
It was a perfect throw. And the other thing that, you got to keep in mind if, you're the Squires is you would expect Jake Ramberger to break out at some point. I mean, he really hasn't, other than that one big
well, that was a pass.
The big pass.
Yeah.
He hasn't done much in this offense, but this is a guy that's came into this game over 1,000 yards rushing, and he's kind of been kept quiet by the Squires defense.
And actually, the whole running game for Upper Dauphin's been kept in check. That's why they had to go to the air, because they weren't getting anything on the ground. And even the Gannett, the only person that really picked up big yardage was a quarterback, and the stats will show you that he's the second leading rusher in the team. My guess is Ramberger had a lot of long runs during the year. I mean, because they run him on the sweeps, they run him on reverses. We saw that here today. And Upper Dauphin's band takes the field here.
Yeah, he came in here, Ramberger, averaging almost 9.5 yards a carry. But you would have to think that this is what the Squires coaching staff wanted to see. I mean, they got this game early to the point where Upper Dauphin has to throw the ball. And obviously that's not what they wanted to do.
Well, just looking at the game from the stats you sent me and a little bit I saw Upper Dauphin on film, I didn't really think they could control the Delone offense. But then again, I didn't really think Delone's defense could control Upper Dauphin's offense. And I think because of where we got the ball, we had short field. Remember, Upper Dauphin first touchdown was on a short field going down towards the school. And Delone had 2 short field touchdowns. Now they had 2 drives too. Upper Dauphin just put together an 80-yard drive against the win. So I think Delone still has to kick that way. Try to get up on them 3 scores again and keep it where 1 score is not going to beat you.
Right. Yeah, and I think that I got to think that the Squires are probably happy with where they are, but definitely not satisfied because, like you say, I mean, this Upper Dauphin offense is clearly one with big play capability. I mean, and we're seeing two offenses that can do that.
Yeah, Delone has big play capability with Brown and with Monto and Brady, but Brady's a great athlete. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking anything away from Brady. He's as you said, the size of the quarterback for Upper Dauphin just gives them he's a heck of an athlete, and you got to keep him in check. That 2-point conversion play down there, I could have told you what was going to happen.
Yeah.
He was going to run the ball in.
Well, and as a defense, you can't like either of the choices that they're going to send at you because, I mean, Gelnett's
especially 1 yard away.
Yeah.
He's going to get a yard. I mean, I don't see them stopping Gelnett for no yards unless you get his shoulders torn east and west instead of north and south.
Yeah, but I mean, that touchdown run, I mean, you were talking about, hey, you don't want to give it to Gelnett because if he doesn't get it,
Right.
you end the half. But, I mean, that was just a straight downhill dive.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he was not going to be stopped.
No, half his body get in, and like you said, it was a good touchdown. And you can't say enough about the 2 penalties that happened against Upper Dauphin there. That really gave Delone a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, that was the other point I wanted to make, because even when the Squires got that 95-yard drive, then coming back out, I think it was the next position for Upper Dauphin, that first play, they have a pass play that gets out here. It's to the Delone Catholic 45-yard line, and the holding penalty takes it back inside the 10. I mean, it was a 47-yard swing on that one play. I mean,
and they couldn't recover from that, where Delone, after their holding penalty, recovered from Brown did that wheel route, and Brady laid the ball right on his number. And we saw some nice throws from both quarterbacks. Still, one of the nicest throws was the one Weiss couldn't hang on to here at the 32-yard line, which would have, they wouldn't have had a punt. That was a great throw too.
I think what we're seeing a lot of here from both teams really is good protection from the offensive lines. The quarterbacks have been patient, have had time, and both of them are good enough athletes that they can extend the play and move the pocket. But they've had time, and the other thing is they've needed to have the time because both secondaries have played really well in this game, I think.
Yeah, there's a couple times Brady has gone back and there's been nobody. Now, when he hit Brown made a nice move when they I guess you can call it 2 moves, but it was really just an out and up or a wheel route, and he made a real nice fake, and when he broke out in the clear, he was wide open. Other than that, even a 40-yard throw there, like you said, Mason Clayball was all over that, but it was just too much nice of a throw.
Yeah, and you don't see a lot of high school throws that good. But we're about 8 minutes to go in halftime here. Delone Catholic up 28-15 over Upper Dauphin. Both teams traded early touchdowns, and Upper Dauphin was on its way to going up 14-7, had the ball inside the Squires' 10-yard line, and Upper Dauphin bumped the ball. The Squires got it back at their own 5 and went 95 yards for an immediate 14-point swing, and then scored 2 more, and it looked like maybe the Squires were getting ready to run away with this thing until Upper Dauphin that last drive together in the last 53 seconds of the first half.
Sort of like what happened last week at the Hanover game, and Hanover didn't go for 2, though. They kicked the extra point, but it's 28-15, where last week it was 28-14, and Delone had to give the ball back to Hanover. Hanover come on, got 2 first downs, and Delone down.
It is other than the fact that I'm not expecting clouds to open.
No, we're not going to get any rain. It's a beautiful day here.
Yeah.
White fluffy clouds in the sky. Nice crowd for a Saturday afternoon with all the college football games going on, with Delone playing in about 15 minutes for the District B AA volleyball championship at Central High School
against York Catholic.
Yeah,
so
I think the band still down here. Our band's still down here showing nice sportsmanship watching the Upper Dauphin band play here.
Yeah, it's just a lot of things going on here today in and around Squire country, and Squires and Squirettes on the road and everything else. It's definitely try to keep an eye on that volleyball result as we go here. But a lot of football to be played here yet at JT Flaherty Field, and York Catholic relaxing. I'm sure their coach is here somewhere scouting this game.
Oh yeah, they're here somewhere filming the game somewhere. My guess is over in Upper Dauphin sideline somewhere.
Yeah, so the winner of this game gets York Catholic next week. The location will be determined on Monday. The brackets will come back out on Monday next week. And the first champion was crowned last night, Halifax, with the big win over Fairfield in Single A. And Double A and I guess Triple will happen next week. And then the bigger divisions would be the week after that. But we're going to sit out and see where things go. If the Squires should hold on to take this one, if the next venue, it's a neutral site game next week. If the host venue can accommodate us, we're going to take our show on the road and bring you again. It'll be an audio-only broadcast, but we'll to make that happen for you. If you can't get back to wherever that game is going to be played, and you would think, obviously the Squires have to hold on and win, but if they do, it's going to be against York Catholic, and I would think it's going to be in York County somewhere.
Yeah, I would guess if Upper Dauphin comes back and wins the game, they play it in Camp Hill or someplace like that. If we hold on to win the game, look for Southwest or Spring Grove or someplace like that. Someplace, I would guess they want a turf field to play it on in case the weather comes down again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Does Dallastown have turf?
Yeah, they do.
That almost.
Redline has turf now.
Yeah. Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've been there, and that used to be, back when I was a little kid. I mean, that was basically the Squires' default district playoff venue.
We
there
won
for
a lot
while.
of district games there. Wyomissing leads Littlestown 21-0 at half in their semifinal 3A game.
So that would, if that score holds and this one holds, it would leave York Catholic against Delone Catholic out of YAIAA Division III still alive, and Bermudian Springs, they won last night against Annville Cleone, so we'll play the AAA championship, right? Yeah.
No, that's semifinal.
Semifinal. Okay.
The first, they'll play Lancaster Catholic next week.
That's right.
York High's still in it in 4A.
Yeah.
They beat Northern 47. Pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, that should be said too. Their running back Stewart set the district record for rushing yards in a game, and in weather like that, how did that happen?
Yeah.
He ran for 464 yards, I think, which is just an absurd number on an afternoon like this, and then to do it last night in the middle of, in the middle of a weather that would have made Noah proud. So Upper Dauphin's band finishing things up here. It's 3 minutes showing on the clock before halftime expires.
And they'll put 3 more back on there when both teams come out, and we should get a kickoff here somewhere around right before 3 o'clock. And this might be the first game this year at JT Flaherty Field that didn't go to a Mercy Rule game. The Squires are going to have to play 4 quarters here. And you know what? Thinking about what you said, what do you say as a coach? I think if Delone gets 2 defensive stops, I think they'll be fine if they score.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said because, I mean, you're only looking at 24 minutes of play here. And and based on what you said, it's going to be a long 24 minutes based on what we've been accustomed to this season.
Even if Upper Dauphin comes out and gets a touchdown, which we don't want to happen, Delone still has the lead, and they get the ball back. And it's going to be Upper Dauphin's task to stop Delone, which they haven't done.
No, they haven't yet. I mean, the Squires, I guess.
Squires have 2 punts. One they punted, and the other one the punter dropped the ball. And actually, Delone, got out of trouble there too.
And that 3 or 4 plays in this game right now that stand out to me, and or moments. And the fact that the Squires were able to get that 4th down stop after that fumbled punt snap is an enormous play in this game.
Yeah, and they stopped Galnett that time too, so that was huge.
Yeah, I mean the Squires have come up big in some big places, and we've talked about it a good bit through the weeks. I mean, the Squires have had some inopportune penalties this year, but the big penalties in this game really have gone against Upper Dauphin.
Yeah, well, the Squires had their holding penalty that got them back here, but they answered back after that. It put them in 1st and 20.
Yeah.
But it was still on this side of the field. All the penalties against Upper Dauphin that hurt them were in Squire territory.
Yeah, and I mean, in some cases have made swings in the tens of yards. I mean, that 47-yard swing on the penalty was about as big a penalty as you'll ever see. I mean, it's kind of like a defensive pass interference penalty in the NFL where, a guy goes down, bombs down the field, and it's a spot foul. So it's, 50 or 60-yard penalty, but you don't see 47-yard penalties in high school football, or one that I don't know that it would count that way, but effectively that's what happened. But Squires getting ready. They are back in the corner, and here they come across the field, back out to the sidelines for the second half. Upper Dauphin gathering in the corner of the end zone up by the school. And I have to remember, not having video, kind of describe this this day. It's been, like Tony said, it's been the big white fluffy clouds up there, and it seems like the fewer clouds now than there have been all day. But, sun going in and out of the clouds, and just a gorgeous day here for a football game, and for a lot of other things. It'd be a gorgeous day to mow my lawn, which I desperately need to do at this point, but it won't quit raining. And
remember to turn your clocks back.
I was just going to say that's not going to help my cause much either, but Upper Dauphin back down onto the sideline as we get ready for the second half here. They put the extra 3 minutes back on as the teams stretch again, and we are going to get ready to go here shortly. In the second half, it's the 2018 PIAA District 3 M&T Bank Football Championships.
It's going to really be interesting to me to see which way Coach kicks this ball. I would think he would kick towards the school so you have the win here in the third quarter, but it don't really seem to matter to the Macklin Ayers if he has the win or don't have the win. He throws nice balls, and I really don't understand why they don't throw a little bit more with the skills that he has. Because if you remember the time Delone had him in the end zone for a safety and he weaseled out of there.
Yeah, I have no idea how he got out of that, because there were 2 or 3 different black shirts that had a shot at him, and he got out, and he actually gained a yard on that play.
Well, usually when Marquise Sweet has you're going down, but he got away from him, and he was 2 yards deep in the end zone when Marquise got to him. So it's not the athletic ability of 2 or 3 of these guys from Upper Dauphin. Seen Delone's all year, but I would think this is one of the better teams that Delone faced all year.
Yes, for sure. And, it's kind of cool. I mean, we talk all the time about the backyard rivalries and playing, Hanover for 86 consecutive years and, playing Littlestown every year. But one of the cool things about district play is you get to see some programs that you don't otherwise see. And these are 2 teams that have never met on the football field before today. The Squires had previously met, I think it was 4 teams. I'm looking for the page.
From up there.
Yeah, from the Tri-Valley League. The majority of those were against Susquehanna in the early 80s when both of those teams were in Mid-Penn Division 3. Squires going 2-1-1 in those games. I think it was can't find the page now, of course, but I have to index my notes now. But I guess I think it was 87, Juniata beat the Squires in a district championship game, and then Newport, the Squires got a win against them in a district game much more recently, and the last time the Squires have played any teams in this league was a home-and-home series against Millersburg in 2008 and 2009. The Squires won both of those games, so we don't often get to see teams from that part of the world.
Yeah. When I coached here, we had a home against Newport. We played Daniel Boone out of District 4. It is nice. It's just different when you go to see how other towns have their Friday night lights. And Delone is going to kick towards the school, which I thought Coach Zortman would do, because if they hold them, the punt's not going to really. And, it's almost opposite of last week. Last week we were looking to our right. This week everything's happening to our left.
Yeah, well, and you could see it too, because that last punt for Upper Dauphin, you could see it get up to the wind and die.
Yeah.
So, it's a good decision by Coach Zortman here to take the wind in the third quarter. Espinoza to kick as we get ready to start here in the second half. Rupp and Ramberger deep for the Trojans. High end-over-end kick, and that is blasted. And that ends out of the back of the end zone.
A 70-yard kickoff there.
Wow. So it'll be the third touchback of the game for Tony Espinoza. And we've said this a time or two, Upper Dauphin, 1st and 10 from their own 20.
And that's very important to keep them there.
Yeah, not to say, obviously, we've seen Upper Dauphin drive the length of the field, and the Squires have done it today too, but certainly you like the odds for your defense if they have to go 80 yards versus less than that. This time the give is to Gelnet right up the middle, and he's got a yard, maybe 2. I'll bring up second down and about 8 yards as we're just underway. Squires up 28-15 here in the third quarter from JT Flaherty Field in McSherrystown. The winner gets York Catholic next Friday night at a site to be determined for a District 3 AA championship. And it's to Gelnet. No, Ayers pulled it out and kept it himself. He's got another.
He's up to the 37. It's going to be a long
27. But yeah, it's third down and a long 2, short 3 here for Upper Dauphin. And certainly want to keep on schedule for them because, like you said, the pressure is on them to get a score here.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they would go for it here if it comes up 4th and short, but they might. Let's see what happens here. Very quickly up to the line of scrimmage.
And the give is to Gelnet, and
He's got the first.
got a first down, and he's close to the 35.
They took that more off tackle than up the middle.
So Upper Dauphin moves the chains here early on in the third quarter, trailing 28-15.
Here they got the two guys to this side. They're up on the line of scrimmage, both of them.
There's
I thought
two guys in motion. This one's coming back.
Here.
Ramberger tried for the corner. Gebhardt and Monto on the stop, but it's going to be an illegal shift.
Yeah, they've been doing that all game, especially when they go to that set. They try to get the third guy out here coming across the back of the motion, and then the quarterback, like you said, for some reason takes that step before he gets the ball.
I mean, and when he first started doing it at the beginning of the game, I expected that he would be sending guys in motion, but I don't know that they've more than a handful of plays the entire game put a guy in motion. So,
well, when they bring two guys out here, and then they try to bring a guy in motion, so there's three blockers ahead of Ramberger on his sweep.
There it is again. This time it's the misdirection. It's Mason Wiest. He picks up about 2 on the play to the 32, but it'll bring up third down and about
second down.
I'm sorry, second down and 12.
They tried the Sally off the wing tee, which is nothing more than an inside counter. Delone's been waiting for that all night. They're staying at home really, really well, the Squires. Long time here for Upper Dauphin anyway for their play.
Under 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Squires up by 13. This time, Ayers is looking to pass. He's got a man behind everybody, and I'm not sure Brown got a hand on that or if it just went through Wiest's hands, but either way, it's going to be
Well, if he didn't get a hand on it, he got the hand in the face. Wiest lost the ball. And Brown may have got a finger on it, but
yeah, he had a step on Brown, and it was another nice throw by Ayers. And one of the other things that we haven't talked about as much, but Ayers does a heck of a job with his play fakes.
Yes, he does. Well, and you gotta respect his play fakes. You want to make sure the other guy has the ball. You don't want to leave him go down the sideline.
Third down and 12 for Upper Dauphin. Ayers throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended for number 24, Jake Ramberger, and it's going to be fourth down. And it looks like they're going to send in the punting team. Gelnet is the punter, so he just takes a step back out of the huddle. And it's going to be Brown deep for the Squires at own 41-yard line, and Joe Hernandez going back with him now. Upper Dauphin punting from the school end down to 6th Street. They're punting into the sun and into the wind. And
ball's going to go out.
Hits at about the 41-yard line, out of bounds. And so the Squires will take over with good field position.
Yeah, good field position, and they stopped the initial charge here by Upper Dauphin. See if they can get back up by 3 scores here. 41-yard line of the Squires. They take over, needing 59 yards for pay dirt. And that was the last pass. There was a great pass, just a little behind there. That might have been the long 6 for Upper Dauphin.
Yeah, because it looked like he was going to split the last 2 defenders there, and he had a step again, but pass was a little behind him. Brady up under center, gives to Brown, looking for the left end. He's got the end, puts his foot in the ground around a man, and tries to get around the last guy. It's number 57, Kyle Kerstetter, forces him out of bounds, but the ball is spotted at the
40-yard line.
Upper Dauphin 40-yard line.
And that ought to put, if it didn't already, I think
the big touchdown run put him over 1,000. But yeah, Logan Brown has to be over 1,000 yards for the season now. And so first down and 10 on the 19-yard run. Faked one way, give to Hernandez. He's looking for the right side, and he's got
nice run. 5. Very good run. He got 5 yards out of that. He couldn't take it outside, so he got what he could. He didn't try to take it for the home run. He got 5 yards, which is a great gain for the Squires there.
And you said you thought the Squires would be able to pick up chunks of yardage here in the second half, and we're seeing that already 2 plays in. 2nd down and 5. Squires in Upper Dauphin territory at the 35-yard line. Brady gives to Monto straight up the middle. He is down to about the 32. He'll bring up 3rd down and 2 yards. Now 3rd and 1, so it'll be a 3-yard gain.
I'm going to make it 2 here. They're going to move it back to the 32, I think. But I think we're in 4-down territory here.
So the clock is running. Under 8.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Squires up 28-15 over Upper Dauphin in the district AA semifinal, looking to add more, trying to move the chains. The give to Monto again. He's stood up, but it looks like on a second effort he's going to get it, and I think he had some help from a lineman coming in.
Yeah.
And
looked like Zach Groff get in there and push him over to first.
But it will be a Squires 1st down.
Zach don't get any yardage there, but I think you got to give him the last yard. 1st down for the Squires.
Well, we'll make an assist an official stat here.
Assist. So the Squires have it inside the 30 to 29-yard line now.
Clock rolling under 8 minutes. 1st down and 10 for the Squires. Marcello Malvone split way out wide. Counter action. Joe Hernandez into the secondary, steps over a man, bounces back inside.
Touchdown. Squires.
Joe Hernandez, 29 yards.
No flags in the play. It's going to count. That was the counter that Upper Dauphin tries to run all the time. Delone ran it. Great run by Hernandez. Cut it back inside as he was taking it to the right side. Cut it back right up the middle. Got a good block out there from whoever the wideout was on that side and walked into the end zone, putting the Squires up 34-15. Then the Squires are going to go for 2. I'm not sure I agree with this, but, who am I?
Neither do a bunch of the fans sitting down here either. Brady in the shotgun as the Squires look to go for 2. A.J. Knobloch in motion right to left. Brady looking to throw, and it is incomplete. It looks like it hit the turf, and Knobloch couldn't quite get it. So it's going to be 7:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's Delone Catholic 34, Upper Dauphin 15.
I don't like chasing points this early in the game, but I'll take 6 there.
So the Squires now, what is that? It's a 19-point lead.
19 points ahead here.
And it seems like the wind picking
up
a little bit. So I said
we need 2 stops, so we need 1 more stop here. We're 3 scores ahead no matter, even if they go for 2 and make them all the time. So
7:46 to go in the 3rd. Squires up 34-15.
59-yard drive to pay dirt that time.
Espinoza to kick. Rupp and Ramberger deep for Upper Dauphin. It's a high end-over-end kick, and it looked like Rupp was battling the sun. It went through his hands into the end zone, and it is a touchback again for the 4th time today.
So they'll take over in the 20-yard line again, and Zach Rupp looked like he tried to break his hands into the end zone.
It looked like he was battling the sun pretty good there too, because right now here in the 3rd quarter, Upper Dauphin coming from the school down to the Moose, looking right into this sun here on the unusual JT Flaherty afternoon game.
7:46 left here in the 3rd quarter.
And Ayers on a misdirection, hands to Mason Wiest, and he is going to be stopped for a loss.
That's the same play Delone just ran for the touchdown.
Bryce Leonard stopped the momentum, and about 3 other teammates finished off the stop there. Going to be a loss of about 2 on the play, 2nd down and 12 with 7.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Right now, 2nd and long here. Look for Macklin Ayers to try to make something happen.
Because now it's almost like the run's not working at all, and they're finding themselves in 2nd and 3rd and long. Ayers pulls it down, rolling to his right. He's got time, throws, and it's just short, intended for Mason Wiest at the 38-yard line. He can't come up with it.
Wiest was open. You got to credit the Delone rush for making that pass incomplete. Ayers gave himself a little more time, but he still was on the run trying to throw that ball. So if Delone can hold him here, they're going to get another short punt.
And it seems like the wind has gotten a lot stiffer here in the third quarter, too.
Long time in the huddle here. This is not a play they ran all year. See what he comes up with.
Man in motion. Ramberger, it hits Ramberger. He picks it back up, but he's got nowhere to go. He's tackled by Colin Gebhardt at the 14. It's going to be a loss
that looked
of
like
5.
It was going to be a direct snap to Ramberger, and he just couldn't handle it. And as I said, they stayed in the huddle an awful long time there. I thought it was something, that they're not used to running, and it was. And Ramberger put the ball on the ground, and Delone was all over.
Spot it just short of the 15, so it's 4th down and 15.
New punter.
New punter is Dalton Boyer.
Now you got to watch the fake. Something going on.
Yeah, they send 2 receivers out wide. He's pulling it down. He's going to run. He's got some room, but he's shoved out of bounds at the 22-yard line by a no block. And I guess it's getting to desperation time for Upper Dauphin, but I'm not sure.
They give the ball at the 21. Even if they punt the ball, we're going to get the ball in at the 40 or 50. But I'm not sure I agree with that. But then again, who am I? The Squires have to make something happen here. They got the ball on the 22-yard line. And, changing punters that late, I think, Mr. Magoo knew the fake was coming. That's
the real question is, does anybody out there in listening land know who Mr. Magoo is?
I know people in Florida do.
Okay. First down and 10 for the Squires. Brady pulls it down, rolling to his right, looking downfield, throws, and incomplete. Tyler Monto tackled out there, but they're going to say, I guess he got his feet caught up, and it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10. 6:10 to go here with the clock stopped in the third quarter.
Trying to make a quick strike off a fake punt there.
Yeah, it looked like Ryan Myers was out there too, but he was definitely looking for where Monto was supposed to be. This time, the counter action to Logan Brown. He's got all the room in the world, and there he goes. Touchdown, Logan Brown. 22 yards.
See if they go for 2 or kick it here. Looks like Espinosa's back out in the field. It's 40-15. This could put them a 26-point lead, would get them 3 scores ahead. And same thing that happened last week, taking advantage of the field. Although I still don't understand the fake punt, but fires up 40-15. Espinosa will try to make it 26-point lead.
And something didn't go well there. I think one of the Squires left too early.
Or a snap infraction, one or the other.
And it's going to be illegal procedure against the Squires, so that'll back it up 5.
This should be too much trouble for Espinosa. He certainly has the leg to get it there from here.
And now everybody stays set and where they're supposed to be, and it's up, and it is good. And 6:03 to go in the third quarter. Delone Catholic 41, Upper Dauphin 15.
Delone will again kick off with the win. .603 left, as you said.
This is only the 6th time ever in, 36 games that the Squires have gone over 40 points in a district playoff game. Last time was a 49-28 win over Wyomissing in the AA quarterfinal in 2009. Espinosa to kick for the Squires again, looking for his 5th touchback of the day. And Rupp and Ramberger to field it again and staring right into that sun, which at this point is kind of unrelenting. The clouds kind of breaking here. There's a high end over end kick, not going to quite get to the end zone. Ramberger catches it at the 3, and first guy, Delone Catholic, misses. He gets outside, and he is going to be ridden out of bounds by 3 Squires at about the 32-yard line. best field position that Upper Dauphin's had in a while.
Yeah, nice run back there by Ramberger. He came up the middle and broke it over here to the right side. Had a little bit of daylight. Yeah, that kick only went to the 5. You must have missed it. Where are they setting this up at? 33, I guess.
First down and 10, Upper Dauphin. 5:54 to go in the third quarter. Squires up 41-15. Going to split 2 receivers each way now. Upper Dauphin, and Ayers is going to fake it, pull it down, and run, and he's got maybe 3 on the play. Colin Gebhardt, the first guy to get a hit on him there, and joined by 3 or 4 others, Chico Operanozzi and Tyler Monto, among the last to get up off the pile.
Hey, give him 3 on that.
I'm not sure if he didn't like what he saw or if that was just
no, that was
a
quarterback draw. It was a quarterback draw. They got to put the ball in his hands now. He's the playmaker here, although they're taking an awful lot of time here to get this play, which isn't what they want to do. They want to run tempo.
Clock running, approaching 5 minutes. Mason Weist and another guy moved, but they didn't get it. Wraparound draw to Gelnett, and he's got a couple. He is up to about the 38, and he had a man in motion, and the wingman flinched.
They missed that. It's going to be 3rd down and call it 5.
Man slow to get up.
Chico Operanozzi on the tackle there.
Upper Dauphin, number 50 is Cody Folcarelli, but he's back in the huddle. 3rd down and about 5 for Upper Dauphin now. Ball in the 38-yard line. And we've got a whistle. It's going to be a timeout, Upper Dauphin, with 4:29 to go in the third quarter. It's their first timeout of the half.
And they're valuable timeouts he's using right here in the third quarter.
But I would guess he probably sees this as their last
real
shot, too. I mean, it's the shortest.
He's 3.5 scores down right now, even if he makes all his 2-point conversions after his touchdown. So, and Delone's going to get the ball back in between them.
And I mean,
you're almost down to where if you score, you got an onside kick now.
I mean, and this is their shortest 3rd and
3rd and 5
in a while.
And they already faked a punt on 4th and a mile, so
it's hard to say what else they might have in their arsenal. But
well, it's time to almost, even if they get the 4th down, leave your regular defense on the field and just let them punt the ball.
Yeah.
Take it, because with this wind, it's not going to, although the wind's not as strong as it was in the first half, I don't think, but
it's just weird. I was going to say this seems like a very long third quarter, but then it's been a running clock in the second half of every game at home this year. This time he's going to pull it out and keep it, and
I think he's got it. It's going to be a 1st down, and that's their bread and butter right there, and that's what they're going to have to do. They do have the 1st down, so it's going to be 1st and 10. Clock will start running here with 4:20.
(41-15) Delone Catholic up. Getting late into the third quarter here in the District 3 M&T Bank Football Championships AA semifinal from JT Flaherty Field. Upper Dauphin, misdirection. It's a counter play to Ramberger. He gets in behind a lineman and burrows his way for about 4 yards to about the 48 of Upper Dauphin.
Give him 4, 2nd and 6. They've been trying that play most of the second half here.
2nd and 6 for the Trojans.
Two receivers split each way now for Upper Dauphin, and it looked like a lot of guys moved there again. Little middle screen to Gelnett, and he has got the 1st down into Squires territory.
Nice play that time, Gelnett. Just enough for the 1st down at the 44-yard line of the Squires. Going to be under 3
3:07
minutes
to go.
here.
Yeah, the pace of this game has definitely, from Upper Dauphin in and out of the huddle, has definitely slowed down. Mason Wiest in motion right to left. Ayers rolls to his right now, or left, comes back right, and gets it away while he's under pressure. Complete to
Going to be a complete for a
Ramberger.
negative yard,
Yes.
though.
And Ayers is looking for a horse collar tackle on.
Well, if they didn't call it on the one Brown, they're not going to call it there.
No, but
Second down and 10.
Sorry about that. A little disconnection there.
Second down and 10 here.
Second down and 10 now, or 11 for Upper Dauphin. The give to Mason Wiest. He's got a hole off the left side for about 6 yards. Down to 4. Now,
Make it 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6 now for the Trojans. Clock rolling at 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. That one they're going to have to get. 2 guys go in motion. Ramberger and Gelnett both coming in.
I thought we were in Canada that time. Everybody moved. It's going to take it back and make it 3rd, and the clock will run on that.
Field's too short for that, Tony.
Yeah. But it's not the first time that's happened, but I guess because they moved a lot. But
I don't understand how in the 11th game of the season that they're still having these motion problems and things like that. But this time Ayers pulls it down, looking to throw. He's got a man behind everybody and floats it into Ramberger's hands again. A great throw. Decent coverage there by Joe Hernandez, but Ramberger got a step on him, and
he's planted in towards the line, and he just takes off. And you don't get him on the first step, you're not going to get him because he runs by you.
And just that's the 2nd or 3rd time he's just dropped one in like that right into the hands of his receiver.
That was a nice throw. We're going to be under a minute here, but they snapped the ball.
Now the ball is at the 8-yard line, 1st and goal. The give to he keeps it himself. He faked to Mason Wiest, and Ayers kept it. Picks up 3 down to the 5-yard line. 50 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Bryce Leonard credited with the stop for the Squires. It just doesn't.
30 seconds left here.
It doesn't seem like a lot of urgency out of the huddle for Upper Dauphin right now.
Down 26.
And Gelnett moved a little bit. It's going to be an end around Ramberger, and he is slowed down by the first guy, was Joe Hernandez, and buried for a loss.
Yeah, I don't know.
By Monto and Sweet.
Not sure I agree with that play call, but they've been making hay up the middle there, and they tried Ramberger around the end. That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter.
Yep. Time expires here at the end of the 3rd quarter. Delone Catholic 41, Upper Dauphin 15, and the Squires are 12 minutes away from a date with York Catholic in a rematch, and that would be for the District 3 Class 2A championship. That game, assuming the Squires hold here, will be next Friday at a site to be determined, and if the host site can accommodate us, we will take our show on the road and bring you another audio-only broadcast for those of you who are out of town. Hoping to have you on board with us, and hoping the Squires can keep this thing under control and get there themselves.
Well, they kept them out of the board there in the 3rd quarter, which was huge. Delone scored 13 points there in the 3rd quarter, and it's what do we got here now? We got 3rd and 8.
Down and goal from the 8-yard line. The other thing to point out, Squires looking for the 19th time in school history to get a 10-win season in the books too. Seems like a lot, but it's been a while since that's happened here.
Ball's actually set to the 7, but
I think that was an update from volleyball. I think he said the Squires up 16-13 in the first set of the AA District Championship against York Catholic down at Central York High School. Ayers keeps it himself. He's inside the 5, and he's going to be stopped short at the 1-yard line. Obviously, a go-for-it situation here for Upper Dauphin and give themselves a makeable 4th and goal.
4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
Just underway here in the 4th quarter.
And that may not seem like a lot, but it does take some time off the clock, making them run another play here.
Yeah, at this point, the more time you can run, the better for the Squires. And the give is going to be off left tackle and in for the touchdown. That's Mason Wiest.
That makes it 41-21, and I'm almost sure they'll go for 2.
Oh, I get it. Trojans. It's USC fight song. What? Somebody tape that wire down. I'm going to disconnect myself again.
So the Trojans will go for 2 here, down 20. 19 game. Awful long time in a huddle here.
How long is this play clock?
25 seconds.
And out of the shotgun, Ayers is going to roll to his right, throws and complete to number 2. That is Ben Cope. So the 2-point conversion is good.
So you have to watch for the onside kick here. If they fake the punt before, they're going to onside kick here.
So with 11:19 to go in the 4th quarter, Delone Catholic now up 41-23. Upper Dauphin trying to stay in this thing and keep their hopes alive in this season. They came into this game like the Squires at 9-1.
Squires need a nice 4 or 5 minute drive here with the ball. That might be more important than even points.
Still over 11 minutes to go in this 4th quarter.
Squires have their hands team on the field.
Mason Clayball is deep for the Squires, and Stoner, the left-footed kicker, setting it up from the left hash at the 40-yard line. Squires looking into the sun now for the first time, and he's going to kick it away. Clayball fields it at his own 5-yard line. He's got plenty of room. Nice block there by Evan Brady, and he's down the sideline and drilled, but he's out to midfield. Gelnet on the stop, but great return by Clayball, and a nice block by Evan Brady on the first guy who was in pursuit there.
Got it up to midfield here, so the Squires have real good field position. Remember, Upper Dauphin only has 2 timeouts left. Delone needs to get something going in their running game here and keep the ball in bounds, eat some time off his clock.
And it sounds like
Delone won the first set.
Announcer Steve Ross, Squirettes up 1-0 in the district championship volleyball match against York Catholic. Brady under center, gives up the middle. It's Josh Fulton, and he is into the secondary and down to the 42-yard line. So 2nd down and 2. I think that's the first time we've called Fulton's name on offense, and a nice run. Wyomissing 24, Littlestown 9. We're getting that report in the 4th quarter in the PIAA semifinal. Quarterfinal, rather. Brady hands off to Fulton again. He's got a man around his legs, but drags him across the 40 to the 39 and gets a first down. Great effort by Josh Fulton on that play.
I don't see Monto out there. He go back. Okay, he's just giving him been playing a heck of a game here.
Clock rolling under 10.5 to go. Squires up 41-23 and driving just inside the Upper Dauphin 40-yard line. Brady hands off to Monto straight up the middle, and he is down close to another first down. It looks like they're going to spot him just short at the 31.
Upper Dauphin really loading up the Squires' strong side. And they're running Monto back to the weak side here, to the right side. Delone out of the huddle very quickly. We're under 10 minutes now.
And Monto and Brown both going to have a heck of a lot of yards on the ground. It's a pitch to Brown around the left end. Puts a foot in the ground. He's got the first down. Bounces it outside. Stopped by Ayers out there. But it is another first down for the Squires to keep the chains moving.
.9:44 left in the game. Delone up 18.
Squires not hurrying, but not really in a slowdown offense here either. I think moving the ball and content to keep it that way. It's a counter. It's Joe Hernandez. Cuts back, makes a guy miss. He's got 4 guys he's dragging down inside the 15. There's a late flag coming in from way out in left field.
Might be against the Squires for unnecessary roughness down the field there, but it's going to be a first down anyway, so it'll be marked off from that.
Guess that was right field, but it is a personal foul. Face mask. It's a face mask against Upper Dauphin, so add a half.
Didn't see that coming.
No, add a half the distance to the goal line, and the Squires are going to be first down and goal.
With 9:22 left here in the fourth quarter.
Moving the ball. Now it's from the 6, up 41-23. 9:22 to go in the fourth quarter. Brady's going to keep it himself, and he's in for the touchdown. And another flag.
I think it might be an Upper Dauphin for unsportsmanlike conduct, but we're going to have to wait and see.
It looks like it's got a Squire down on the play.
See if the touchdown stands.
The official's talking about it. And here we're going to get the assessment. It's going to be a personal foul against Upper Dauphin, so the touchdown will count.
That'll put Delone up 24. I would think they would just kick the extra point to go up 25 to make it a 4-score game. And who is that down?
Joe Hernandez.
Joe Hernandez. 9:14 left in the game. Delone up at least 47-23 right now.
And both teams coming off the field. Like Hernandez.
I think he might have been out of wind the way they act in there.
Yeah, Hernandez up and
Joe
looks on his own power.
Joe looks around at the guy from Upper Dauphin that hit him and just get him off the field now. Huh? Yeah.
So that personal foul will be assessed on the kickoff.
And we're going to make the kick here, which is good. Go up 25 here, and then that's a 4-score game then at that time.
Espinoza set to kick it off, or attempt the extra point. Good snap, looked like the best snap of the day. Good hold, kick is up, and it is good. 9:14 to go in the fourth quarter. Delone Catholic 48, Upper Dauphin 20.
And there was another flag in that play. Another flag in that play. Here we get another personal foul against Upper Dauphin again. So Delone's going to kick off. Let's see, 15 and 15 takes it to the 30-yard line, I think.
Can you?
Nice time to just try and unside the squibber.
I'll put my grandfather deep in his driveway down there and let him catch it.
Upper Dauphin losing control of the team here. It's 48-23 with 9:14 left, and the 25-point lead puts Delone up at least 4 scores, Eric.
Yeah, what was the distance? That was a, 5-yard run on that?
Yeah, 5-yard run.
5 yards from Evan Brady. He just kept it himself and burrowed in behind his lineman, and there was nobody there to stop him. So,
well, you don't want to kick it in.
Yeah, he will literally, if he's kicking it off from the 30-yard line, he will literally put it through the Moose parking lot.
Yeah.
On the other side of that is
Right. Yeah. Just
the other side of that is he's kicking into the wind, so maybe he wouldn't get it through the Moose
just kick it on the
parking lot.
ground. Just lay it on the ground and kick it down there. Or
I don't think
maybe Coach Dortmund just wants him to have it on the.
I don't think I have ever seen this. A team kicking off from the opponent's 30-yard line. And he puts it through the uprights. And all of his teammates with their hands up signaling it's good. It won't get him any points, but it is his fifth touchback.
Give
of the
it to him
game.
on the 20. I guess he just give it to him on the 20. They need 4 scores.
Yeah.
Even if they score 3 times and make 3-point conversions, it's not going to be enough. Dalone's up 25 points here with 9:14 left. And even if Upper Dauphin has a deliberate drive like they did the last time, with the wind, though, we might see a little bit more ball in the air.
48-23, 9:14 to go. Squires starting to feel that rematch with York Catholic coming next week. Man in motion. And he keeps it rolling to his left, throws. He's rushed by Fulton. Donnie Gelnet got turned around, but got his hand on it, and if he had it,
I think he might. I think
he had a shot to outrun everybody.
Yeah, he wasn't going to outrun our guys as big as he is, but I think the sun that got him right at the end there. Remember now, they're looking back into the sun even though they got the win.
Right. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10. 4th quarter. And he fakes the handoff, throws, and incomplete, overshoots Ramberger. And Upper Dauphin incensed that there was
no flag there. I don't know what they want.
I'm not sure why.
There was nothing there.
Third down and 10. Ball still at the 20-yard line.
And you got to remember, these are district referees. They're not from the Tri-Valley League. They're certainly not from the York County League. They're neutral, probably from Mid-Penn, I would guess. Or Lancaster County, one of the counties that.
Ramberger in motion. Ayers rolling to his left, throws, looking for Rupp, and it's incomplete. Mason Clayball on the coverage, and it's 4th down and 10.
No, I don't think they're sending the punt team on the field. I think Dalone's going to keep their defense out anyway. We're down to 8:56.
Wow, missing 27-9 over Littlestown.
The same bunter that faked it the last time is back there for the.
Yeah, it's Boyer in there to punt for Upper Dauphin. The Squires' deepest man is A.J. Knobloch, and he's playing basically regular safety.
Timeout.
And it's going to be
timeout Upper
Dauphin.
That's our second of the second half.
So they're going to, both sides going to talk it over here. 8:56 to go in the 4th quarter. Squires up 48-23 over Upper Dauphin. We're in the 2018 PIAA District 3 M&T Bank Football Championships AA semifinal. Winner of this game going on to face top-seeded York Catholic next Friday at a site to be determined. Looking more and more like it's going to be the Squires in a YAIAA Division III rematch. Those two teams got together 2 weeks ago down at York Catholic, and the Irish definitely
the better team
that night, but never know what could happen. And
now the actual punter's in.
Gelnet back to punt.
Looks like the Squires are just going to let the ball fall where it may.
It's going to be a high spiraling punt. It's going to hit at the 35 and roll, and it's going to be down at the 20-yard line.
Which is fine with the Squires. They got the ball, and then
it's a 60-yard punt by Donnie Gelnet. No,
yeah, 60-yard with a roll.
60-yard punt.
And Delone didn't care. They just wanted the ball. run a couple minutes off the clock here. That's all they have to do. You know, Monto's been a workhorse here tonight, but actually he's coming out now for a little bit. Number 40 there, Fulton really did a nice job filling in for him.
Kevin Mowry headed in at quarterback now. And now we talked about it a lot last week, but now this is the last time these seniors will play on JT Flaherty Field. Mowry hands off up the middle. I think that's Fulton again. It is Fulton. He picks up a couple. Call it 4 out to the 24. 2nd down and 6 as the clock rolls under 8.5 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Squires up 48-23 over Upper Dauphin. Mowry under center. Man in motion is no block. The give is to no block. The senior trying to set up his block and can't do it. A nice tackle there. It's Ramberger. He's going to get 1 on the play, bring up 3rd down and 5. Clock continues to run. Now, just kind of a sunbathed JT Flaherty Field here now, and I'll tell you, I don't think anybody was questioning the decision at the time, but boy, that decision to postpone last night looking like a good one now. Just a great afternoon for a football game here at JT Flaherty Field. Mowry gives to Delone Catholic, gets turned around, but he's got a first down, and it looks like he's going to stay in bounds, but the clock stops on the first down.
Catus, a senior who we didn't see a lot this year, gets a big first down there for the Squires.
That ball is spotted at the 35. 1st down and 10 for the Squires. Clock started now, 7:20 to go.
And you got to give it to Coach Zortman putting a lot of reserves in here in a district game.
You just never know when you're going to get back here, and a lot of guys going to get to say they played in this game. Counter action to give to Colin Gebhardt, and he's got 5 more. 2nd down and 5.
We're under 7 minutes.
I guess we can start to make our travel plans for Friday night, too. We'll keep an eye on that bracket, and as long as the host venue can accommodate us from a technology standpoint, we'll be back on the air next Friday at 6:30. And it's a counter. No block hit in the backfield. He's going to lose a couple. Squires will be looking for their 9th district championship in program history, taking on a York Catholic team that ended the bid for a perfect season 2 weeks ago, but certainly a lot of adjustments to be made, and both teams seem playing well. I mean, it's hard to tell how York Catholic played last night in the quagmire they were in, but get the shutout of Steel High and, toss the record books on a rivalry game in a district championship. Gebhardt in motion from right to left. Mowry pulls it down, keeps it, and he's got the first down. Great effort and spinning run to get the first down and keep the chains moving for the Squires. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And there's, I don't think any starters are in the game here. Zach Groff's still in there at tackle. Some of the linemen are still in.
Yeah, it's a lot of new numbers here on offense.
5:30 left in the game. Looks like the Squires are going to take this one here.
Gebhardt in motion right to left again. The give straight up the middle to Fulton. He's across midfield and down to the 48 of Upper Dauphin. Squires just continue to pick up 4, 5, 6 yards a carry. Clock approaching 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Going to end a unblemished 6-0 campaign here at JT Flaherty Field this year. Gebhardt in motion from right to left. The give is to him on the end around. Cuts it back. He's got a first down. Open field to run. He's across the 20 and brought down at about the 18-yard line. by Ayers, but a big gain by Colin Gebhardt. And 1st and 10 for the Squires with 4:45 to go. There is a flag on the play.
Holding. Where'd they get the holding at?
Totally missed that. It's out there hiding on the
so
number. So
back at the 49 where the line of scrimmage. Sorry, we'll take the time it took there. 4:45 left in the game. Ball's going to be moved back here.
Going to wipe out a big gain for Gebhardt.
Put the ball at the Squires 41. It's going to be 2nd down and 15.
I know you don't judge a penalty based on how it actually affected the play, but what in the world could have affected that play over there?
Yeah.
So it's 2nd down and 14 back in Delone Catholic territory at the 41-yard line. Mowry sends Tate Niederer in motion, gives to Niederer coming left to right, end around, and Ayers shoves him out of bounds at about the 49-yard line. The Delone Catholic 49. It's a gain of 8 yards, 3rd down and about 7.
Nice run by Tate, but I wish he'd have stayed in bounds.
Yeah. Well, if he could have tiptoed past Ayers there, he was gone. So hard to argue with the effort. 4:23 to go. The clock stopped. 48-23, Delone Catholic over Upper Dauphin in the District 3 semifinal. Gebhardt in motion right to left. Fakes the give to Gebhardt. Mowry pulls it down, cuts it back to the middle. He is to midfield, and that's all. Gain of 1 on the play, and it'll bring up 4th down for the Squires.
Going to be under 4 minutes by the time the Squires punt this away. Some talking and some shoving going on out there in the field right now.
And Squires doing a good job to keep their teammates out of that because...
Yeah, I think the first team line was still in there. The first team line was still in there.
Clock still running at 3:45, and they just now marked it ready for play.
Yeah.
So that little uproar there.
Well, we're missing a wing here. Now we got him.
Cost a good bit of time for Upper Dauphin. Good snap. Gabe Lee, high spiraling punt. It's a good punt. It's going to hit at about the 20 and take a good Upper Dauphin roll. No block will down it at the 25. 1st down and 10 for Upper Dauphin. 3:22 to go, and the Squires up 48-23.
So it looks like they're going to play for the district title next week.
Yep. Certainly, as we've talked about, Coach Zortman in his 4th season came in 4-6 the first year, 7-3 the second year, 8-2 last year, looking at 10-1 now with a shot at a district title. He won.
Sorry to interrupt there. The Squires were up in the 2nd set also.
Did you hear how
they won the 1st set?
Right. Did you hear what the score was?
What was the score in that 2nd set? 15-8 or something like that? I'm not sure.
So it looks like the Squirettes making some things happen in the volleyball. Handoff up the middle for Upper Dauphin, and they're going to get, looks like about 5-6 yards on that play.
A lot of second teamer in there for Squires on defense, too. Under 3 minutes
Clock
now.
rolls under 3 minutes. 48-23 Squires, and just trying to run out the last 3 minutes of this one and get district win number 24 for the Squires as they head to the championship game for the first time since 2012. Misdirection option. Ayers keeps it, cuts it back. He's got a big run across midfield. Mason Clayball ties him up, gets away from him, and about 3 or 4 Squires bring him down, but a big run by Ayers at the 38-yard line of the Squires. 1st down and 10 with 2:35 to go. Clock running again, under 2.5 minutes. Upper Dauphin comes up to the line, sends a man in motion. It's Mason Wiest. It's a counter play. Give is to Boyer. He's got about 2 on that play. 2nd down and 8 for the Trojans. Approaching 2 minutes. Chico Operanozzi on the stop.
2 minutes exactly here, and the Squires are going to walk off to play for a medal next week.
And I think when we came into this season, we felt like the Squires could be pretty good, but I don't know that we thought we'd be looking at 10-1 going into a district championship game. And it's another counter that give this time to, I believe that's Mason Wiest. He's brought down at the 30. It's going to be 4th and short.
1:30 left in the game.
3rd and short, rather. 3rd and a yard.
So the Squires held up to this point, the first team to 1 touchdown in the second half was huge.
And this time the give is to Donnie Gelnett. He's up the middle for a first down. Clock stops with 1:11 to go.
Delone got to rest their starters here for almost all the fourth quarter. Clock running again, and we're going to be under a minute before Upper Dauphin snaps the ball here. 1 minute left.
And this time the give is to Boyer, looking for the right side, cuts it back. He is down to about the 22, 50 seconds to go. And we're probably looking at what, one more snap in this game?
Well, it all depends. They have a timeout left, so.
40 seconds. Ball spotted at the 22. 2nd down and 6. Upper Dauphin not in any hurry. 30 seconds to go. Boyer in motion. Ayers back to throw. Nope. It's a draw to Boyer. Looking for the left side. He stiff arms Cadis, but Cadis fights it off. And he's down to the 20-yard line. He was looking for a flag and spikes the ball.
Well, he should get a flag.
Yeah. And
that might be the last play. I think it's going to be.
12 seconds to go. Timeout called by Upper Dauphin. That'll be the final timeout for Upper Dauphin. We're looking like 1 play to go yet. 3rd down and 3 yards for Upper Dauphin. But the Squires
have a date with York Catholic next Friday night. Hopefully there's enough room for us to go.
Yeah, we'll be watching with as much interest as everybody else to see where it's going to be. But the Squirettes, we're reporting that the Squirettes have won the second set up 2-0 against York Catholic in the District 3 volleyball championship. Volleyball team looking for its 13th district championship. The 12 they already have is the most of any program at Delone Catholic. Now the ball marked ready for play. 12 seconds to go. Upper Dauphin looking to move the chains. Ayers fakes to Gelnett, looking to throw. He's being chased, throws, and out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. 4 seconds to go, and 4th down and 3. And 1 more play here for Upper Dauphin.
And the seniors for Upper Dauphin want to go out on a high note, too. I understand why they're playing the string out here.
$5 whole pizzas.
Never make it down in time.
That we have an ATM here, and I'm fresh out of cash. 4 seconds to go. Upper Dauphin looking to take 1 more shot at the end zone here before the Squires officially punch their ticket to the District 3 championship game next Friday night against York Catholic. Fakes to Gelnett, pulls it down, rolling to his right, under pressure from Tate Niederer, throws incomplete, and that's going to do it. The final score today is going to be Delone Catholic 48, Upper Dauphin 23, and the Squires will be playing for a district championship next week, and they go to 10-1, the 19th time in Delone Catholic history the Squires have won 10 games in a season, and
I want to thank everybody for listening. I know we tried to do it like a radio. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We tried to paint a picture as much as we could. We weren't allowed to do video. It was a great game to see. I hope we did justice doing the radio version.
It's been a lot of fun here. To finish up at JT Flaherty Field this year. Just a lot accomplished by this team. 6-0 here, and they only give it, 23, 37, 40 points at home all year in 6 games. And, this was the only game all year that didn't go running clock at home. But,
well, I said before the game it was 40-something, 30-something. I was close. I didn't think by what I saw that Upper Dauphin could stop Delone. I thought we'd have a little bit of trouble. We gave up 23 points, but our offense and our speed just won out.
Yeah, and the three-headed running attack for the Squires was there today, and Monto and Brown are going to have huge numbers. Brown certainly over 1,000 yards for the season. He scored 3 touchdowns today. Monto got one. Hernandez they all scored one.
It's hard to pick out a player of the game, and we used to do that before. Monto sort of shined today on offense and defense, and
beginning to end, really.
You can't take anything away from Brown. He went over 1,000 yards today. Hernandez finally got back to what we saw early in the season. Brady did what he had to do, throwing the ball, and the defense stepped up and kept them errors in check for most of the game.
And the steady leadership of a senior quarterback who's in his 3rd year as a starter, I think that speaks volumes. Probably